You're not nervous, are you, for your first time with Sneaker Knockerz? He's like, I do this.
This is a time to get Haas signed. Let's get him making videos.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Flexcast, and as you can see, we have a guest. That's Harry. This is Steve, and I'm Haas, and we have Mo here of the Sneaker Knockerz. Mo, tell us about yourself.
So I'm one half of the Sneaker Knockerz LLC on IG. We're like a premium Discord cook group, you can call us. So we pretty much help people secure all the releases that they miss out on, they take L's on. And so, yeah, I'm one half. I go by Mo. Feel free to call me Mo. And,
What's your full name?
Mohammed.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first full name is Hussein, Hossain.
Really?
Yeah, so 4/7 of my name is Haas, so it's like Matt for Matthew. It's like I grew up here. Where'd you grow up?
I actually grew up here. I grew up.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up here.
Like where? What area?
So my dad was in the Navy. So with him being in the Navy, you know, Pensacola, Jacksonville, New Orleans, and then in '96 ended up here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So for a minute.
Yeah.
So did you go to high school here?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to high school?
Campbell.
Oh, okay. I went to North Springs.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, not far away.
That's what's up.
Anyway, so if you've ever seen a Harrison Neville video, which is pretty much all of you, then you probably have seen some of the Sneaker Knockerz stuff that he's done. He's done a bunch of boxes with him, and he gets all the super flash shit. The stuff
basically,
that's coming out.
It's a great relationship because they're able to access a lot of early pairs, and a lot of people want to see content on those early pairs. And a lot of people do it differently. They get access, they buy them early, and they do a review. But the way that my viewers and my content goes, opening a bunch of them makes more sense because I'm not like the technical review guy. Like, I'm the guy that shows you the shoes that I'm interested in, what's hot right now, what's coming out. And it's actually, we typically do something like once a month, and it's like shoes that are coming out the next month, tell you what I think about it. Everybody can see what it looks like on camera. Not always on feet, but they can just see what it looks like on camera if they'd be interested in it, the quality, the materials, and all that. I give a brief rundown, but I don't give a 10-minute rundown on each shoe. And yeah, so we built a good relationship. We've been working together for, I don't know, how many months now? When we started working together, they had 2,000 followers. And what are you at right now?
We just broke 111.
Holy cow!
So six 6 months or so.
6 months. I would say 6 months.
Right when I bought
months.
my house, it was the first video we did.
Wow,
Was my new house.
so that's working well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I attribute all that to our relationship, really, because I mean, like you said, it's a great relationship where we can kind of ping each off one another. Like, we can kind of show off, like, you know, how we can access the majority of all the releases, and then, you know, he just makes it.
So you do early access stuff mostly. Yeah. As a, you know, in general, how is it that you get early access and why Harry doesn't, for example?
So, you know, with me being 37, I've been doing this for 20 plus years, probably 21 years to be exact.
So you're an old man.
So I'm an old man.
I'm 37 in 2 months. So I'm just fucking with you.
There you go. There you
You
go.
look so much younger than you. Haas, you look like 10 years older than me.
Oh, is it because I have like my hat like this?
I don't know. He just looks younger.
Oh, he looks younger.
He looks younger,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck you. I look younger.
Yo.
Is it because I have an old man blanket?
It's the
My
Rolls
Rolls Royce
blanket.
blanket.
Thanks, guys.
No, but it's just, I've been able to leverage all the connections. And
So you've been like a sneaker game for a long time.
in a long time.
You're an OG
yeah.
sneakerhead.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so I've maintained all these relationships over the years, and I haven't never, you know, I thought about this. It's a great question because I never leveraged them towards anything. I never asked for anything up until, you know, the shutdown happened.
So it's just good relationships. It wasn't like you're doing this because you'll use it later, right? It was just a relationship that you had with folks. You were buying stuff, you're selling stuff, whatever, without any real desire to do anything else.
And for crazy enough, it was just something that I wanted to secure my pair, and then like the homies, you know. So like I would get y'all's pairs, and it'd be like just a circle of us. And you're like, Mo, I know you can get access to that. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I got you.
And why did you have access? Because you bought from those guys a long time ago when they were nobody, and then now they got 100,000 people, and you're like, you're top of the list. Is that basically?
So they moved up in their respective positions in their companies.
I see. Okay. Makes sense. Over time.
Over time, that just kind of happened. Like, we all have like natural progression. And so they moved up, and as they moved up the chain, they're
like, yo, we'll take care. Yeah.
Of course,
because you've been around for a long time.
Absolutely.
All right. So what made you want to then do Sneaker Knockerz? From like, you know, just getting it for your homies and shit.
Okay, so then the shutdown happened, right? The shutdown happened.
So basically COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's like a word you can use for YouTube.
Yeah, it's fine.
I see so many people like not saying that. They put like the
Yeah.
little disease emoji instead of saying.
Well, that
it.
was before when
Okay.
they would demonetize videos
Okay,
because you would mention COVID. Then YouTube was like, it's such a big thing. We're not going
Right.
to fucking do that anymore.
Okay, that makes
So,
sense.
Yeah.
So COVID happened. When COVID happened, demand spiked. Like, so now it's not just my regular clientele. Now it's friends of friends, it's cousins, it's like everyone's a best friend now, and they all want everything because the stores are shut down. Remember?
Yeah.
Like the actual
Right.
you can't
Retail
go into a
stores.
Foot Locker.
Right.
So the demand spiked, and it spiked to a level where I couldn't handle it. I could handle as far as I could handle fulfilling the orders when it comes to like order fulfillment. However, I thought to myself, I was like, all right, well, I got to make a think of this because now so much money's coming in, obviously you've got to, so I went ahead, filed the LLC, got this S Corp going and the rest is history. And then, so Nick was Nick was a huge part of that.
And he's your partner.
He's my partner. Nick actually was handling the back end, making sure all that, cause that's what he does best. He has a degree in finance. So he's handling all that while I'm used to doing what I'm doing on the front line. And then, Nick's just making sure everything's tidy.
In your LLC S Corp because then you avoid double taxation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Smart.
Well, it depends. It depends on what your situation is. It's not always the best scenario for you,
Yeah,
but
right.
depending if you have employees and how many and what state you're in, that type of stuff. But that's generally speaking, which makes sense. I'm translating what he was saying is, file the LLC, like create a company, file the LLC, and then you can be an LLC partnership. You can be an LLC, a sole proprietor. You can be an LLC, tax and LLC. It's just really a tax entity. So the S Corp, you can be a C Corp too, but that takes different things, right? The LLC S Corp is a classification of how you're taxed. And in that manner, you don't pay double taxation. So it's called double taxation. So you're not actually doubling it, but it's an additional 15% of self-employment tax that you're not paying.
So guys, if you're looking for an accountant,
No. Talk to Steve.
Yeah, Steve was the one working in the bank.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Fuck that. Actually, no, but it was one of my first jobs.
Okay,
I fucking
cool, yeah.
hated it. I hated accounting. Yeah, so it's been a long time since you've been at the bank though, right?
It's been years.
I was actually just talking about how Steve, I was like, hey, he used to do electrical up in New York. And I was like, hey, you want to do my electrical?
Oh, like, nah.
Because I
like, really?
I haven't been on the field
He's like,
for
I work
so
my ass
long.
off to not have to do that shit anymore.
Bro, you could come in a weekend and do this shit. Like it cost me, what I just told you, it cost me $7,000 just to do the electrical for my gates. $7,000,
Wow.
bro.
You need
I
the
couldn't
right
imagine.
tools,
If
though.
you
I don't
listen
have
to
those
this podcast
tools.
consistently, you'll hear each month about a new list of things that cost so much money because he's just like, I think I need to do this. And then he goes and redoes the whole side of the house. And he's like, okay, but I need to do this to complete it. So I need to uproot all the bushes and add all new bushes around the whole house.
So I'm almost done. When I finish the gates aren't up yet. The pillars are and the columns and stuff, and the electrical just finally got done. The guy's gonna come pick up a check in like an hour. But after that, I do need to, it's funny you mentioned that. I do need to move a few bushes because there's some spots that I don't like that I want them to be like 8 feet tall,
Of
not
course.
6 feet.
And it's not just moving bushes.
Are you a
it's-
perfectionist?
I don't think I'm a perfectionist.
OCD.
No, I just think I'm fucking particular and I like my shit. Like I like things a
So what
certain
other
way.
people would call OCD.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I don't think it's so. I don't ever try to attain perfection.
Okay.
Right. Well, that's not true. I don't think I can attain perfection. I try all the time though. I don't think it's a perfectionist because I think a perfectionist believes in perfection. I don't believe in perfection. I just believe in constant improvement.
Progression.
Yeah, exactly.
So progression over
a progressionist.
Yeah.
You call
And
me a
he's very-
Maybe that's a
progressionist.
meme somewhere. Progression.
I doubt
over
it.
perfection.
No, but it's a concept from like a startup standpoint, right?
Right,
Because
right.
I've done a few of those.
Okay.
And I mean, if you're in the startup world, like that's necessity. Like you don't be like, oh well, this version of my app is perfect and now it's ready for the market. You just fucking put it out there. You need to get going, learning, understanding, especially from an agile software development, kind of environment. That's the concept, is that you don't do everything from start to finish and then it's perfect. Then you go. You've got to iterate as you're going, and also speed is a huge component of that. So for me as a startup guy, speed to market is a fucking massive thing. And that's why a lot of, whether it's old companies, new companies, people in general, they fall behind because if, speed is a huge factor. And I would much rather go to market with 60% than I would go to market a year later with 100%. And you're going to do better.
I totally understand that. And so it's funny you mentioned app, the TSK Notify app. We're like in development right now.
What's TSK Notify?
So
The Sneaker Knockerz is TSK, by the way.
That's what it's easier to say TSK.
yeah. So instead of saying
Yeah, but
Sneaker
branding,
Knockers, we always
bro.
say the Sneaker Knockers.
But branding.
So Yeah, true.
When he
Yeah.
comments on everything, when he comments on like my posts or other posts, he says like TSK Army because it's like saying the Sneaker Knockerz Army.
No,
Like,
I understand how an acronym works. I just mean like.
I know, but he's branding that also because
I got you.
They use that.
You're using the TSK as part of the brand.
Right,
crown,
Yeah.
And then they do the crown.
But that's for the people who are already, which makes sense. The
Yeah.
TSK Army would know what TSK is.
Exactly.
The random person like me would not necessarily know that. I had to figure that out. But
And even
smart
people
one.
within the Discord, they say, "What's TSK again?" You know, like the new,
Right,
you know,
yeah,
the
makes
new ones,
sense.
and I'm like,
It
hey,
makes
it's
sense.
just the Sneaker
I get
Knockerz.
that.
Yeah.
I get that.
So back on that, the Notify. So it'll be like, okay,
What's this app?
have you guys experienced shock drops on sneakers where you have no idea they're about to happen?
Mhm.
Okay, you have. Have you seen like?
No.
Sometimes sneakers, what they like to do is, let's say there's a shoe coming out in maybe a month from now, and you're anticipating the release. You have all the notifications set for it, and you're like, okay, I can't wait. Out of nowhere, on a random Wednesday, they'll drop at like 12 p.m. at noon. They'll drop, and you're like, what was that? Like,
And where is it that they're dropping? Like online?
Sneakers
Online.
app. They send a
on the
notification to
Sneakers
certain
app.
people to say
Oh.
you have access to these right now if you buy them right now.
Yeah.
but it's in-app notifications, so you have to be inside the app already to get the
Oh,
notification.
just have it open already.
Have it open already.
Gee, so you had to sit in there the whole time? What the fuck? That's dumb.
That reaction is why we have the Notify app.
Right. So basically, you don't have to be in the app, but you guys have an API hooked into it. Basically, that when there's
exactly-
a notification,
yes.
then you're sending out to everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, in a nutshell, that's exactly what it is.
It's easy to build, but
Yeah.
it makes sense. Like you have to have the access, you have to know what you're doing with that, and the group that's interested in that, the audience. So that makes
Exactly.
sense. That's cool.
The whole.
So it's a separate app
it's a separate app.
that you turn on. Yeah, you have to have your notifications turned on, and then that'll have a push notification
Exactly.
generated. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then also that we're obviously in development still, so we're gonna have release calendars. With those release calendars, we're gonna have release guides. So like that's very important.
So with the
because-
notification,
exactly.
Here's
So-
what this is going for. Here's what we think it's gonna, market price is gonna be. That type of thing. Here's how many.
That type of thing, as well as how to grab this release. So like some releases, it's only sneakers. Some releases are foot sites and sneakers. Some releases are boutiques only, like Wish ATL and like people like that with those tier 0 accounts.
Yep.
So we'll do all the guesswork for you, so you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that sounds interesting. So when do you plan to release that? Is this only to people who are in the Discord right now, the TSK Discord?
The TSK Discord? Now, this is going to be available to everybody. It's going to be in the Apple App Store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that like you pay for the app, or is it a subscription service, or what?
You pay for the app.
That's it. One time.
That's it.
You get the notifications.
You get
How much is the app going to
notifications.
be?
The app right now, we were thinking in between. So there's similar apps out there. Like, we're not the first. We're not the first to do this, to think of this. Obviously, we're going to tweak it to a way just like we did with our Discord. Like
So differentiation is just going to be
Exactly.
like what? Just
So for
additional
us-
information on the notification.
And also, it's going to have even earlier access to the pairs that we have. So we're going to implement what we're good at. Like
Okay.
it's our
So as a port
identity.
to actually buying other early release shoes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then we're also going to fine tune what's known as auto checkout links.
Mm-hmm.
So these auto checkout links, pretty much all you have to do is you have to click the link, and it automates the entire checkout process for you, and then you input your payment information, and it's set.
Yeah. Okay.
You're done. That's
Okay.
It. It bypasses queue and everything like that.
So
Gotcha.
the other ones right now, similar types of notification apps. What are they charging?
They simply they're charging $4.99.
Yeah, they don't have the additional
They don't have the
buying
additional. So we're
capability.
thinking like a good entry point would be like maybe $9.99.
Interesting. All right.
And it could be, that's a very good question too. It could be subscription based. We're not sure yet how we're going to do that. It might be a monthly subscription because that's currently the Discord is a monthly subscription. So
Yeah, consider like if the value I get from, being in that for 2 months versus the
Exactly.
value of it if I've been in it for 12 months,
yeah,
it only grows for those people who've been in it for 12 months, but you don't capture any additional value.
exactly. So I think it is going to be monthly. In fact, I think that's what it was supposed to be. I kind of jumped the gun on saying.
And then
yeah.
if you're also buying at this like at $9.99 for the app, and everybody else is at $4.99, then why not be at $2.99 or $3.99 underneath that? So it's like, why wouldn't I do that to help not just with the price, but also like there's a subscription for it, but you have additional add-on value.
That's exactly how we started our Discord. Our Discord started at $16. Most Discords, mind you, like premium Discords, are at $80. $80 a month. Some are even at 100 now. I've seen 120. I've seen it up.
What's that right now? Like
towards-
$20 something like
Right now it's 40. So
that? Oh, 40. Okay.
But so we were like the kings of the undercut. Like we were like, okay, well, we're gonna have it priced at the lowest possible, and it gained a lot of momentum. And then we saw let's increase it to 25. Let's see how it does there. And then the MRR increased even more. And the trend line was like, okay, well, it's actually month over month, it's going even higher. So let's see what we can do. You know, and we held off on the price increase up until 2 weeks ago. We were like, let's bring it to 40. And we've
MMR is month over month revenue, by the way.
That exactly, yeah. And so I need to stop throwing these acronyms out there.
It's all right. I'm gonna help translate for everybody else.
Gotcha. And so then we put it at 40, and then now it's even more traction. So it's almost as if, like, sometimes when you look at a product, like, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this. When you look at a product, sometimes, let's say a shoe, for example, if it's not reselling for as much, you can be honest, does it catch your attention, or is it catch your attention more because it's actually more expensive? And that could be a shoe or any product. Like, so for instance, you know, with everything you were building, you know?
Yeah.
You know, is a certain type of stone going to catch your attention more because it's priced high? And you're like, you know what, that's kind of more premium.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Because like somebody like me, I think somebody who's into reselling and sneakers and whatnot, that like somebody who's trying to resell sneakers and that's what they focus on, 100%. They'll see this shoes, that dunk that dropped today. Forget the name of it. What was it? The Fearless? No, the one that just dropped today.
The one that just dropped today. Do you know what you're doing?
I don't know.
I have no idea what dropped today.
You guys, yeah, whatever. It's going for like $600-$700 now. It was going to $607 before the market happened.
Street Hawker.
The Street Hawker, yeah. Before you know, all the release, then it released and it's still going for that. But people seeing that it's going for $700 before release, they're like, I gotta have those. Rather than a Jordan 1 that's going for $200 pre-release, it's not going to go for much over retail. So that I think people, when that kind of person who's especially into reselling, they see that, they're like, oh wow, I can get these and make money because I see the potential in it, whatever.
But that's more about just making money.
It
right?
is. When I'm saying in terms of sneakers but I think the person with that mindset is that person that would foresee it.
And that also drives market demand because it's not just one thing, right? But that drives market demand and people want something, and then if more people want it, then
if something sells out, I'm more like,
higher.
damn, I wish I would have got that.
Yeah. I mean,
but if I really want
that's human psychology.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree with you, but that's human psychology.
And that's why sneakers does what it does, because nobody can get shit, and that's what happens.
So speaking of exclusive shoes to buy, did you? I think Harrison was going to give you back something today, right? Harrison, want to share that?
Yeah. So there's a reason Mo is here. I mean.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't a planned guest appearance.
It wasn't, and I actually wanted to one day get him on here because of the whole Sneaker Knockerz stuff, so he can explain all that. But I did up my last video. I don't know if you saw it. We have a pair of sneakers right here that are pretty hot on the market. Well, not on the market, they're exclusive, and they're glistening in the sun right now. Right, the sun comes out right as I hold them. This is a Friends and Family CPFM Nike Dunk, and they released another pair that was it's called Pure Platinum or the Platinum. That's all white. This is a green pair, very limited. Now, I just did a video on these yesterday. They brought me a bunch of early pairs of shoes. This was not a shoe I was expecting, but it was definitely one that helped cap off the video and top it off. And I hit him up after, and I was like, let me buy them. And he's like, these are personal. I knew you'd want them. I knew this was going to happen. And I was like, I'm serious. Let's hear a number. And I was like, I got Dior's. I got whatever you want for trade. And he's like, no. There's nothing there. The sun's coming more out now, and it's that's why they're so cool.
Sparkly. Yeah.
That's why they're so cool.
Haas has a remote for that.
I was like, I want to
got the remote off for that.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a good shot of that.
You want to hold him up to the camera? So this shoe is obviously, it's a Friends and Family, if you don't know, and the other pair that came out was not. And so we're here today because of potentially talking. Mo had something come on his lap to where look at the sun perfectly coming out at that moment.
It's hard to capture that way, actually. But.
It's like shining on my chest. Oh, it went away. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, it's just hard to focus on that because it's trying to focus on your face. There we go.
All right, we're being quiet, but it's the shoe. The other pair is silver. This one is green. Only a few people have been seen with these. I saw Travis Scott was wearing them. There was, ASAP? I saw another photo of somebody wearing them when I was researching. But it's full Swarovski crystals all over, and which makes it harder to wear because the crystals could fall off if you wear them too hard. But very cool shoe, Friends and Family, and so we're here to talk because he had something fall in his lap to where he potentially would want to sell these to me. So Haas said, let's bring it to the podcast and let's talk. Let's see what we can do. Because I don't typically geek out over sneakers. I mean, I do. I get excited about them. But like when it comes down to it, like Muhammad brings shoes on and I'll text him like, hey, I need these shoes and I want them, but I'm not going to go out of my, like, there's certain shoes that I'll go out of my way to like make a point that I genuinely want these. So as you can see them reflecting on my face. That's why these shoes are so cool. It's just shining on my face.
Like it's a sign.
Yeah, this is such a
sign.
This is a sign.
It is weird that the sun's coming out perfectly as I'm holding them. But yeah, this is shoes that I genuinely want, and I feel like I would probably wear before I'd wear my Dior's, which Haas thought was kind of odd.
I thought it was a decent trade.
Well, the Dior's. I didn't.
That you'd wear that before? Yeah, I thought it was weird that you'd wear those before you'd wear the Dior's.
And
because wearability, those are crystals, man.
Okay, well, with the Dior's in the trade, I understand it because the point of him coming with the opportunity to sell them is because he has something else that he wants to acquire, and so getting the Dior's is adding another step to that, and it's like he's doing the whole thing over again where he'd have to like list these. And
what are you trying to acquire?
He doesn't really say.
So I can't say because it's one of those situations where I'm gonna give a mystery box to Harrison.
Yeah,
and I think that this next one is gonna have an even wilder reaction
than that.
Yeah.
But you didn't expect his reaction on that.
I didn't expect it, but gauging off just the dynamics of what transpired, I think that this one, it's going to be a similar scenario. He might even want like
I have one shoe that I
trade
know
back.
I have a shoe that I know I would have that reaction to, which I don't know. I'm not saying that's assuming what you're getting, but there is another friends and family shoe that I have tried to acquire in the past and I haven't been able to because of the price, but I don't want to like go far into it because I don't want it to potentially. There's so many shoes that it could be, but I don't want to go into it because it's the fun of the surprise. That's why like he always drops off shoes. Like I like the surprise aspect because when I open them on camera.
And you know what's sad? What's really sad? He's gotten so good at guessing that, or even we've become in sync. I don't know what's happened, but right now, as he was saying that, in my mind, I was already having doubts. I was like, he knows. And I was even going to signal you. If you were close enough, I was going to nudge you. And I was like, watch this. And it's not fair because he's so in sync with
I don't want to say it because I don't want it to be it. That's the thing.
Because you think
I don't. It could be, but like.
Is he right then? Don't say what it is.
So
don't say.
He's absolutely
But
right.
You don't say either. But do you think that what he thinks it might be, possibly what it might be, do you think he's right in that you would react even more than those?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I would.
And
without knowing what anybody says, like a lot of vagueness.
Because I didn't know.
He knows what I like.
You think he does know?
I know he knows now.
Yeah.
And that's because they pried. They were like, wait, what's this other shoe? What's the price point? What would you do? And I was starting listing things off, and I was like, this is not a good thing because I know that even if I give any info towards this shoe, Harrison's gonna catch on, and he's already caught on.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but the difference with this,
I want you to text if you can timestamp this. Text him what you think it is,
and then
I'll text him, and you can't share obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, text me. You both text me,
and this will be actually good for this episode. And you'll see do our text align, and then when he actually gets that, once we do this deal, or if we, depending on him,
sure.
Then when I get that shoe,
text me.
It'd be great to kind of.
I'll be the moderator of it.
Yeah.
Well, another thing I would say the difference with the reaction though is this is not like when it comes to this, I had seen the silver, but I'd never seen these, especially like in person. Like I maybe had seen somebody wearing them, but like I never like looked deep into them. Whereas like the one that I'm talking about is one that like I would know immediately as I open it. But this when I first opened it, I was like, I don't know, like I didn't know what it was.
Steve, what do you think about these? These are interesting to me because I didn't think you'd geek out as much as you are about these. Yeah, like I was surprised.
Yeah, I was too. Like those shoes are just different. I don't even think I would wear
different or like
good different.
Yeah, you like them?
I would wear it to my wedding or something like that.
Well, so he was. Mo was just saying when he pulled up here, you were originally planning on what were you doing?
So I went to Vegas New Year's Eve, to propose. That was like the purpose of the trip.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks ago. And I already knew. I was like, as a sneakerhead, you plan these things out. You know what you're going to wear to your wedding. You know what you're going to propose in. And I had these, and I was like, okay, I am for sure proposing in these shoes. And I even contacted somebody, and I said, like, what's the wearability factor like on this? And he was like, you will be just fine.
Like it won't just fall apart.
No, it won't. They won't fall off or anything like that, But I'm not trying to sell. I already told him I feel uncomfortable trying to sell to a friend, So I was like, I'm not even going to tell him these things or anything like that because I want him to make the decision. that like has nothing to do with what I say.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to pack them, like just for the third party factor of like, in my luggage, and then I'm checking in the luggage, and it's COVID, I don't know what's going on with that shoe.
Yeah.
And the entire time I'm going to be stressed out on this 4-hour flight to Vegas of like, where's my shoes?
Yeah, for sure.
Because that ring.
So I'm guessing you don't pack 3 watches with you when you go anywhere either.
No. And the thing is,
watches are a little bit different too. Because
Watches-
you can conceal them more. Like you could honestly keep watches on you if you wanted to.
But the value could also be much higher, and then you're very easily lost. Like you'd have to try hard to lose your shoes, but you could easily lose not just one watch, but a roll of 3 of them.
But you could conceal them easier than you could sneakers. And you ask about the crystals and the wearability is, but Swarovski also did a box logo hoodie with Supreme where the box logo is all crystals,
right?
And so
sounds terrible.
It's happening more. Like it's happened before, and they know what they're doing in order to put something on its wearable. Now, is it something you could go skateboarding in? Probably not, but it's still
not a dunk.
It is a dunk.
It is?
Yeah, it is a
it
dunk.
is a dunk.
So it's like the dunk silhouette?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it is. So you would go skateboarding in that.
And you want to be very touchy on that subject because SB heads, you really pissed them off. If you mislabel a dunk and you call it a SB
Yeah,
dunk
you call it SB
or just
a
a dunk, they will light up the comment section and they will all
light them up. I could give a fuck.
I have to correct myself a lot because
Although I didn't mislabel it though. I just said it's a
I
dunk.
think that's an actual SB dunk too. I
Oh,
think
really?
that's an
yeah.
actual-
Look, if you look at the tongue, it's reminiscent of an SB.
yeah.
So you
that's
are supposed to skateboard in that.
I'm surprised we haven't seen
Technically.
a video of some like skater that's sponsored by Supreme or something wearing these because people did it
Like
in
a
Dior's
Nisha.
like.
But they don't have access. Like this is not one of those things where they can even circulate enough to even give. Because there's a few guys out there I've seen. Have you seen those guys with skating like Dior's and
Yep.
skating like these nice high end?
Yeah.
But there's circulation of that.
They do that
There's
for like
actual,
press.
Yeah, you
This
could
is
have bought them retail if you had
Literally
the right. Yeah.
just friends and family, and even I don't even know. the
So
quantity.
when things do friends and family, so one thing that bothers me about shoes and like, oh, it's rare, whatever, is like, okay, I don't really give a fuck or I don't know because there's no production numbers, right? Rarely are there production numbers ever. Like if it's like there's 5 or there's 20 or whatever, or if they're numbered, like the Dior's are numbered, right? There's a few thousand, which is a lot, by the way. What are typically, not this one or, I'm sure they change, but typically what is the range of numbers for friends and family releases? Like how many are that?
I would say it ranges under 4 figures. It's in the hundreds. It can range, but it's never. It doesn't go. Correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't go into the thousands for friends and family.
I think, and it depends what it is as far as the friends and family, because like the friends and family chunky dunkies, I feel like that was a little bit more broader scale because it wasn't like the shoe was being. It's the same shoe as the regular release, but it's the friends and family box.
Yeah.
And so
I see
that
what you're
differs,
saying.
and I think that.
So
was
if it's an exclusive shoe, just the shoe then, the shoe
Yeah.
that's a friends and family only, not a retail release at all, how many would you say that comes in?
I guess it's hard to tell because
Yeah, they don't release, they don't tell you, right?
24. We had a shoe that still right now is not technically allowed to be seen. It was a 1, and it was numbered, and it was numbered out of 24. So that gives you an idea.
Yeah.
that's what I'd say. Like some of them are under 100. Like a lot of it depends who's doing it too. Like
Maybe it depends on how big your family is and how many friends you have.
Well, even then.
and what
it's
it
like-
is, yeah, because like there's a lot of like the friends and family shoes are like, or they could be like a set shoe from like the Freddy Kruegers. Those are a limited release for a movie or whatever, like something like that. And then it becomes like a one of one for Kanye West sample or something. Like it all varies.
Yeah, very much so varies on just, like you said, the actual item. It could be, let's just say for the majority, it's always under 100. Let's say that. Let's say majority, it's under 100. And it's for that rarity. For the rarity.
All right. I mean, that's cool. I can understand that from a basic economic standpoint, right? Just supply and demand.
Right.
And the scarcity of a good, but also with demand being high, especially for, releases like this, and it's special and different. So that's just like a Cactus Jack one?
Cactus
Or
Plant Flea Market.
Cactus Plant, it's different.
It's different. Yeah.
Why? Well, Cactus Jack is Travis Scott. Cactus Plant Flea Market is what?
It's a different entity. It's its own.
It's its own. It's like a,
Not even related.
let's say to summarize
it's not related.
It's a street. It's not related. It's a streetwear brand.
Okay.
So they do collaborations with shoes. They had the CPFM Vapor Max. I don't know if you've seen those. It's got like a green tubing for the Nike check. So they do unique collabs as far as shoes, and they have a lot of clothing. They had a blazer. I feel like you've seen the blazer. It's like puffy and the top is cut off of the blazer.
Oh yeah,
Cut, yeah.
I have seen that.
CPFM as
Yeah.
well.
So then, with all that said, there's not really a market value. No one knows because it's just whatever someone willing to pay for it, right? For a shoe like this.
What, like, the price we discussed in the driveway, would that go to anybody else? It'd be double anybody else if it wasn't Harrison. Easily. I wouldn't even, because they weren't for sale to begin with, So, and I know that it can't just be attained. So, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, as uncomfortable as I am to, like, mention a price to him, to anybody else, it'd be like, yeah, easily, like, it's firm.
Well, that makes sense because you don't have to even justify that, very difficult. It's pretty easy to say because you have a relationship. I mean, you were just saying, what's your Instagram now? How big is your following now?
Yeah.
Right. 111,000 when it was 2,000 before. I mean, it's not just you, it's him too. He's benefiting. He gets content, shoes and shit. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. It's not like anybody else can offer you what Harrison offers you. I don't know. I couldn't. I know I sure couldn't. I mean, Steve has a bigger following, but it's a very different type of following. So I don't know if he could do the same thing. So it makes perfect sense.
We have like a unique dynamic in the sense that it's local. So I know that,
I'm more local. I'm OG local, bro.
What do you, and pertaining to what though?
How long have you been here, son?
My whole life.
How long is that?
25 years. No, but he's saying local as in like he can drive to me.
I know. I'm joking. I'm just saying.
You can't go against your own born and raised or you grew up in Atlanta people because we're a slim pickings.
I'm just saying I've been here longer. That's all.
When you have those unspoken agreements in
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
it doesn't require a handshake. Doesn't even require like an I promise.
They're
or anything
rare,
like
but
that.
yeah.
Very rare, right?
Only people you trust, but yeah.
We had that rare agreement from the start. It was unspoken. And that's what kind of helped cultivate this entire business relationship was the fact that we didn't have to speak on price. We didn't have to speak on any sort of contractual obligations, anything of the sort. Like you would have call for actions, deliverables. We didn't have any of that. It was organic from the start, and it's maintained that organic relationship throughout, and that's why we're able to succeed together.
Well, good. I'm glad for you.
Yeah, it's really.
So are you guys going to do a deal on these shoes?
I guess that's what we're trying to figure out.
They were in the middle of talking. I said, let's just get on the pod.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Let's talk about it on the pod.
I guess it depends how much you want to go into actual numbers on the pod. If we want to tell them or what.
Why not? It won't matter because they can't attain at the same price.
It doesn't bother me, but it's up to him because it's his shoe and whatnot.
It doesn't really bother. I didn't even think about that.
Because you're setting a market value, first of all, and you've already
there's somewhat of a market because of StockX. There's some certain things that have sold.
So what's it at right now on StockX, as an example?
If you were to buy it right now, I think it would be $16,000 before fees. And so fees are you have tax, which is 9%, and then you have
So that makes perfect sense. If you're saying, so that's basically what anybody can get it at if they wanted to buy it. So that's
if.
So half of that is like $8K then.
Yeah, and you also have to think about like we talked about prior, is when you're buying a shoe of that caliber, do you trust StockX to authenticate it? Have they seen this sneaker before? Are they able to verify that this is a legitimate sneaker, and are they going to handle it properly? Those kind of things. So it's all factors, but that's what makes it hard with the market value. When you're buying, the Yeezys that you guys have on, thousands of those go through StockX a day.
Yeah.
Easy to verify. It's whatever. It's a smaller transaction, but when there's such limited, you do have to have that worry factor. Am I getting an authentic shoe? Because think about it. If you make fakes and you make a perfect fake of this for $500, you send it to StockX because you don't care. I might get a come up of $16,000. Well, let's try it.
So if we take his logic and market price, let's say is 16-ish on StockX.
16 plus fees. You have to counter in the fees.
Okay, plus fees. You do 8K for it then, for Harry?
For Harry, so also we have to. What we have also. There's a key component. There's a key component missing.
What?
Harry has already put out an offer out there that he's willing to pay.
Oh,
he's put an offer out there.
What did you say?
From me, not to me.
Oh, to somebody else.
No, StockX.
On StockX.
I put a bid up on StockX.
Cancel that shit.
Well, I did before because he wasn't wanting to sell it. So this is the bid I put up. I put up the number for the shoe itself was $8,500.
Oh, I see. With
after
fees and stuff,
it was $9,300.
All right, so for $8,500 then.
But you're missing the second component.
What?
You put up another bid.
I did.
For what?
$9,500.
Jesus.
With fees, it comes out to 10.
But
a little
with
over.
the 95, so for me, I would say $9,500 is the competitive offer, most competitive. Because I put that in to see if I could get any movement, because I put up the 85 and nobody did anything. So I wanted to see if I could get them to come down, but there's no activity on it because there's not much sales. So like when you're on StockX, it's kind of like a bargaining game if you see a shoe like that, because people, they get a notification when there's that new highest offer, 9,500, and they have it at 16. So maybe they'll be like, okay, I'll drop it to 13 and see if they'll bite. And then maybe I'll go up to 12. So it's kind of like bidding, even though it's like, you just buy this now. And so that, to me, once I went to 9,500, it was to see, is somebody even going to come down to this level?
But that's somebody else.
It is, yes.
And you realize on StockX, you can, like, both of you can list this shoe right now for sale. Both of you.
Yeah.
And you know who has it. You know, I have it, right?
Right.
You can list it at your price. You can list it at your price. You don't have to physically have it in your possession
And
unless it
then
comes
go
time
scout
to ship.
it. Yeah.
And then when it comes time to ship, then of course, if you don't ship, your account gets docked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but up until that point, you can claim you have every shoe in the world. And as long as you're able to source it.
Yeah.
So that's the flaw, I believe, in StockX, as opposed to GOAT. You know, unless you have a certain tier on GOAT, you have to provide pictures up front.
Yeah.
So like let's say you offer me that, like, okay, give me 2 weeks to think about it. I can go put a bid on StockX and say, sell it for 16,000. I'll let it go for 16,000 because I know I can get it from him for, let's say, 12. And then whenever somebody accepts that bid and says, oh, it's sold, then I just be like, okay, Mo, it's time for me to buy the shoe. And then I make $4,000 off of whatever.
I see what you're saying.
So,
and in that moment, then
so then from a rando where you're just buying for 9,500 fees, whatever. But this is not a rando, and you guys have mutually beneficial relationship, and there'll be more in the future, obviously.
Of course,
So, what would be an acceptable offer for you, Mo, to take from Harrison, knowing that he was willing to pay somebody else and take the risk? It's like, all right, well, without that, then what would it be for you?
And you see, he was kind of caught in like a cat and mouse game, like he was bargaining. You know, he was waiting for some movement.
Yeah.
And he would have offered more.
But nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing
moved. So then, you know, you never know. With that being said, you know, I think.
But you also want us to get another shoe
right away.
Yeah.
Like,
so cash talks for you right now.
Cash is king, right away. But it's still going to have to be king in the sense that it's going to have to make sense on a numerical value where, you know, when I go and make this deal, I'm immediately going and putting that towards the next deal, like right away. Like it's
how much? Well, I don't want to.
No, because then I promise you.
Yeah, because he'll know in a second.
He'll know exactly.
No, if you say a number, I will know 100%.
and look, guys,
to my own downfall. Like I wouldn't want to, but I will.
You know, let me tell you one thing. Like I want to make it very clear. It's like, okay, have Harrison and I hung out? Yes, we've hung out. Like, do we hang out every day? Are we like, you know, the bestest friends? Or are we neighbors? No, we're not. But when I tell you somehow we're
Harry. You know?
He's not texting me every day. Please come over on board.
We're on board. So, but when I tell you we're in sync, like I don't know what it is. Like when he started saying, like thinking of this other shoe. That's why I cannot wait to text you, and he texts you, and then you see it. Like,
oh shoot!
I guarantee you.
Can't react.
Okay, and I will admit, I want to be wrong. I 100% want to be wrong.
We can't
he's
react.
not wrong.
Oh, we're gonna do it while we're on the
he's
pod?
not wrong.
Yeah.
And I think
do it right now.
I'll text. Okay,
text me right
you
now.
Keep talking, Mo. I'll text.
Yeah, go ahead. Text it.
Oh
Text it right now.
That's gonna be funny.
Oh, you want to get his reaction too? Then
no, I don't want to get. No, he can't react.
Because if he reacts, then you'll know.
Are you gonna have a bad poker face?
No, I'm not. I'll just look at it.
Wait, okay. I was gonna text you, so thank God I'm not texting. So
no, don't do it while he's doing. Just hold on a second.
He would have received it.
I'm not gonna tell my phone number like on air, and I'm also.
But what about your reaction though? Because then he's gonna know.
I'm a very good poker player.
How good?
But see, what's the point?
I mean, don't get
the
beat.
only.
Ask him.
What's
This
your
fucker
world
donates
ranking
money to me.
No, but the thing is, I guess the only point is just for, like,
is it the same or not? If it's the same or not, that's it.
So you're gonna say
no. Because if you say that,
then that ruins him going and getting.
All right, then I'll say nothing. Then
what's the point? It's just to like.
Actually, you know what? It's better off that we don't do this.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't.
No, I want to do it
because you're the only one that would know, and it's like if you give it up, then it's like
there's no point. Because then also you got to think that we're planning another video. I mean, we've got obviously so many videos to do, but this one in particular. So that reaction, like. He had no idea.
Yeah, you want to save it for the box regardless.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, and I want him to save it too. I agree with
But
that.
I kind of want to prove that I know. Like,
Are you
know
the
what I mean?
type where
That's
that when
all.
you have a baby, you're like, I don't want to know the sex until it's born?
No, because my wife and I have particular.
How about you, Mo?
want a
Would
boy
you do
and a
that
girl.
too?
I've got 2 kids.
Yeah. How old?
So 9 and 6.
Okay. And
So I've got-
did you wait or did you find out?
I wanted to find out.
So you found out.
I found out.
Okay. Yeah.
I would want to find out before having the kid. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's a popular thing these days, especially with hipsters. They're like,
Yes, but this is
we're just gonna
totally
we won't
different.
find out until it's born, like the old way. Like it'll be a surprise. I'm like, it's still a surprise if it happens now or if it happens 9 months from now. By the way, it's still equal surprise.
They also could be wanting to let the baby pick their gender. You never know.
You got balls.
you can still let the baby choose to identify in whatever way it wants to later on when it can fucking communicate, but it still is going to be classified, through.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I just want to get a reaction out of you.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's a legitimate
What
response.
age?
But
What
I agree
age
with
is a human
Mo.
allowed to?
Oh, I don't know. That's tough. And
No, I'm just messing- I'm
that's a
completely
very
messing around.
controversial.
No, the reason I do that is because before this started, we started talking about. Well, we didn't talk about politics, but he said
I mentioned
he
that.
brings up
The last-
politics,
the
and
last
then
pod,
they freeze
yeah.
up. Steve and Harry, they freeze up. They're like, we are not going there
Yeah,
with you.
you can
And-
go because I'm gonna start talking about it. So
Oh, man.
there's nothing that's gonna
Not
be
the
like.
point of what we're
yeah,
at. People are
yeah,
watching, trying to figure out what's going on
yeah.
with the shoes.
Right.
Don't do that, Mo, because I'll go.
No. I was
I was just
joking.
waiting for you to turn the key. Start the car.
I'm ready.
I was
He's
trolling.
ready.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
All right. So, what do you need? What do you take?
So,
Shut up.
does
What
Mo?
do
Do you want to say a number? Or do you want me to say a number?
No, he already has. It doesn't matter because the market price is already there, and he said half of that. I mean, people can do basic
No,
math.
I said half of like what I would
Sell to
what
somebody else.
What I already said on the driveway.
Yeah.
That's what I would offer double. Like I
Yeah,
don't know
he's
everybody
saying
else.
if I let's say
Yeah,
if I
double.
say 10, he was saying his price right now if he listed it would be 20 because there was another pair listed by another store for 18, and so that was a size 8. So he told me that before because seeing the market is so different because StockX is its own thing, and I think it applies good for shoes.
Like he
that
was
are-
saying,
shoes
'cause you
under
don't have to actually have
$1,000.
it.
But when you get past $5,000 of the shoe, StockX is not a good place because
It's a risk.
not the true market value.
Yeah.
Less risk. It's not the true market value because it's what somebody's willing to pay if they can get it. Because most people can't get it, and those.
But that's true market value if you can get it.
But you also can buy it on StockX and it never ship. Like
Yeah,
you can buy
yeah.
it and then the person not actually have the shoe.
But
Like
they don't
there's-
get the money then, right?
They don't get the money, but you can't
What
buy
if
it
they
at
thought
that
they
price.
were drop shipping? What if they thought they were sourcing it through a homie?
Does it matter?
Yeah, because then they'll never ship because they can't. What if the homie already sold it?
Well, then they get refunded.
Yeah, you get refunded, but you don't get that
So
shoe at
what?
that price, and now the price can be $5,000 more from the next person who has
Okay,
the shoe.
but that's fine. So it still won't
just
happen
explaining,
if
like-
someone doesn't have it. No, I get the
Yeah.
I understand that and why basically makes it more of a pain in the ass. But if you're ready to plunk it down and do it, then you can. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. Then you buy the next one if you really want to buy it. It's still market price. That's the market. Market is the only thing that a market price is what someone's willing to pay. Period.
Exactly,
It doesn't
period.
matter, how much it costs in the MSRP. It's just what someone's willing to pay. So that's my point in that StockX, GOAT, whatever. Doesn't make, I don't think it's on GOAT, right? But it doesn't make a fucking difference.
might be. But.
Yeah, it doesn't make a fucking difference. That's the market price. The lowest that someone's willing to go, that's the market price because if you can attain it at that number.
And you know how I said nothing's changed in our relationship? I'm not going to start making him pay market price. Because like our dynamic is
Right.
remain the same. So like,
Well, because there's additional value in for you not doing that.
So
Yeah.
in market price, let's say it's like, oh, this shop sold it at 18, or StockX has it for 16. Harry, why don't you give me 16? Or Harry, why don't you give me 20? Since it's like a size that you can't ever see. I'm not about to start doing that to him because it just doesn't make sense. It would go against everything I just spoke about.
So how about
One more factor with the market value is that it is the most I could buy it at, or cheapest I could buy it at 16, but there is no sales in this size. So that's another factor that
And that's your size?
on StockX. Yes, they haven't been sold in this size on StockX. So this is a downfall.
No,
I know.
I'm gonna buy
This is not helping
I
my
gotta get
case,
it,
but I'm
guys.
explaining in full transparency, like for people to understand the dynamic of it, because that you can't if none is sold, how are you gonna base it off of? But you can base it off of what I'm willing to pay, or what I can go buy it at right now, basically.
When things just line up, this is one of those moments where I wasn't planning on selling, even through our text. The progression of our text start off as if he's like, yeah, I gotta have these, and I'm like,
so how much do you need? then?
LOL, not
Cost
saying
us a
no, but
number.
kind of
How
saying
much do you need to sell it right now? Right now on the pod.
On
I'll
the
fucking
pod.
Venmo you. Actually, Venmo caps out because I tried to Venmo someone.
A lot
like
of the peer-to-peer
10 grand
payment,
yesterday didn't work.
I don't even think you can Zelle unless I have Chase Business.
Zelle also maxes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stupid,
I
by
know.
the way.
2,000.
Dumb. 3,500 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always stop me. at
Zelle
two.
only let me do 1,000.
What the fuck?
Are you serious? So it's
1,000?
different, yeah.
Clearly, it's different.
What is it for you? What is it for you?
3,500.
Okay, I have Chase Business. 5,
What is it for you?
No,
5,000.
Zelle.
2000.
Zelle 5,000.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
use my Chase.
See,
so.
I never used it though because it won't let me do more than that. So I'm like,
What bank are you with?
SunTrust.
Chase.
And SunTrust has a
So
direct thing
what bank
through
are you with?
Zelle.
Chase. I barely use Chase.
But
though.
Chase Business. Is
Oh,
5K.
Chase Business.
So that's
is
why I said
different.
I have Bank of America. So it's all
And then
different
Wells
stuff.
Fargo for my personal. That's 1,500.
I just when it gets that money, I just wire that amount.
Okay,
It's like 30,
yeah.
30
Here's
bucks. I
another
don't give a
question that
fuck.
factors in payment price is when buying these, I'm going to need to buy them in some sort of way that I can get taxable documents saying that I purchased a shoe. So whatever that, I don't know. Because
It doesn't because all he has to do is issue your receipt.
Okay. Well, because I say if you do it through Venmo, because I don't know if I've had.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Whatever. That
As long
doesn't matter.
And
as
then
long as
I'm cash ready.
As long as you have, you can
I'm so
prove that
serious
you
when I
bought
say
it.
this. Like, this part could be cut out, but I'm also not trying to be taxed on the sale of this shoe.
Yeah.
So like, I was thinking cash because we were saying cash was king because I was actually gonna fly out to get the other one in cash. You know what I mean?
Other one. Oh, when you get it. I got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that was gonna be a flight that I'd have to take.
Will you take like cash money or get it pulled out of the bank when you get there? Like in a fucking Winn-Dixie bag, you take it out of your carry-on or some shit?
You uncut
Yeah.
it and come back in, and this is where we're gonna pick back up.
I'm not cutting anything.
You're gonna leave the spice
People
in
want to
there?
know how it really fucking works.
All right, whatever.
We have like
All right.
1,800 people that'll max watch this. Don't worry.
And one of them just happens to be an Irish agent.
They're watching us.
Right.
Look, if that's the case, then I am royally fucked. Like before you are. Trust me.
Okay, good.
Trust me.
All these home renovations with Haas.
Yeah.
Where did that money come from?
All the things that I
Oh
do,
my
trust
God.
me, dude. You have nothing to worry about.
Okay, good. All right. Well, with that being said, then also, isn't it true you can only fly? You can't fly with 10K on you.
Well, domestically, it's different.
Okay.
So internationally, you have to pay taxes on anything above $10,000 if you're bringing it in or out of the country, and that's pretty much universal. But domestically, they can't stop you. Is the point?
Do they ask you like, what is this money for? Where's it from? You have to
Absolutely will.
prove-
But here's the reason why it's not a big deal, because in domestically they don't want the liability, but also it's not really as much of an issue because it's still within the states. So no matter what, if you're buying or selling something in the states, you're still going to pay what? Tax.
Mm-hmm.
The concern is that when you're bringing $100,000 in or $50,000 into the country, you don't know where the source is, but the tax component is not there. So that's why when they come in, you get taxed for that. But I don't think you'd have any problem really doing that. But my question really is different. Why wouldn't you just go to a bank and then pull it out in cash there?
I was assuming that's what he would do. He would just
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I was thinking.
Well, no. Are you talking about him when he gets to wherever?
Yeah. No, when you go to
he's talking about
Vegas.
you when you go to get the other shoe. Why not just
Why don't you just
pull it out of the
go
bank
to
when you-
Chase and pull out the cash then? Instead of flying with it and take that liability, fucking cash.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's true. That was a blonde moment. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just saying, like,
Wire
it makes
transfer,
no.
then you could
I don't
just-
ever carry cash. Never.
No offense to blondes out there. I do not want to be attacked in the comments. Like, what do you have against blondes? I'm not signing up for your
he
Discord
said they're all
now.
dumb. That's what he said.
We accept blondes in the Discord. I promise you. We love blondes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right, Haas.
Okay. What's the story behind that?
All right. Well, hold on. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll come back. And we're back. All right. So, what were you just saying, that you can finance a shoe on StockX?
You can actually go to StockX right now, click buy now on any shoe you see. And if it's outside of your budget and you feel like you're better off financing it somehow, if that's what you think you want to do, you can finance it. And I think is it Affirm? I think it's Affirm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
It's like a third party financing company.
Yes,
they
I'm
pick up the
familiar with
tab
them. Yeah.
and then obviously they hit you with like 30% APR.
Right.
Ooh.
No, it makes
Well,
sense.
I'm not lying. It's like
No,
29
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
And they will hit you with that 30% APR and then you're like, okay, you got the shoe. So, they'll pick up the tab, send it to you, everything.
So the problem is, I end up spending more because I don't pay interest like that. Like Steve and I, we've talked about this before, and it's not a tortoise thing. It's just I like to stay liquid, which is why I'm selling a house in the next hour. By the way,
This.
No, not this house.
Okay.
Yeah, this house. We're going to compound, baby.
Not this house. But I like to stay liquid. I like to have a lot of room, like a lot of room.
I know.
Steve and I have
It's
talked about
bad.
this.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
it's so much so that it's like, oh, I want that, and then you buy it, and it's like, ah, shit, I just spent $10K for something I didn't really need. But so in one way, it enables you, and then the other is like, well, we fortunately don't have to pay any interest usually, but I mean, I'd Zelle you, Venmo, whatever. I'd wire you money for this amount for one of these. So you take $9K for it.
Oh, he's negotiating.
I'll wire you
now.
right now. I'll wire you right now.
Why
9K.
are you trying to undercut me?
Fuck him.
Wow. I don't even know if like this is a troll. Like, what is going on?
probably
no,
true, but also
He's
to look at
completely
he's
serious.
He's
I'm-
looking at me like, are you? Is he
Haas is
serious?
gonna
I'm
buy these
100%
shoes and make a
serious.
video, and
I'm
it's gonna
100%
get
serious.
1,000 views
Hey,
for Sneaker
that's
Knockerz.
good for me.
Yeah, but is that good for him?
When I sell it to you, that's your content then.
And
yeah,
this, guys, this all goes back to, like our business relationship, our human to human relationship, Harry and I's has been so good.
Yeah, they know
and this
that.
would be a horrible slap in the face. Like, hey, I came to your friend's house, jumped on his podcast that
Yeah,
you invited me to.
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Sold
That's why it's
the shoe that
hilarious.
you want.
Haas
Damn.
was
That's
selling
why
to me
it's
for 1,000.
awesome.
And then a week later, I'm like, yo, Harry, I got a box for you.
10K.
See,
Yeah, exactly. I was there to Aaron for 10K.
Haas is a great friend, and he would just buy them for 9 and then sell them to me for 8.
Okay.
Well, it's
okay.
I mean, technically, I've done that before, but not in that manner.
Okay.
I've gifted him like a couple grand worth of shoes.
He has. He surprised me.
I was, it's funny because and I'm doing the same thing. My only goal is to fuck up his videos. Like that's all I try to do is fuck up his videos.
I've noticed. Yeah, no, I've seen.
It never works out the way I want it to. Like he always wins in any
Find
way.
a way to make it work.
Yeah, but I just try to because he wants his videos to go a certain way. I think he does, and I think by this time he knows. Anytime I'm a part of anything, I'm just gonna try and fuck shit up. Not like to like make it bad, just to like do something different because I just like to troll people, but not like in a negative way, like in a fun, positive way. You know,
totally get what
like
you're
Steve.
saying.
I was in some of Steve's gaming videos. And I was doing all these different voices, and it was to the point where people were playing. They're like, "Stop doing that! It's creepy. Like we cannot handle that." And then now you got other people like, where's?
I know.
And then I got a Russian guy. I've got a man in a van who's a predator
I
voice.
remember that.
I don't know if I'll promote that one, Haas.
So my point is, I just try to fuck shit up, and it's fun to me. It's entertainment to me. But so you want to do 9K?
He goes.
So now I feel like because I knew that he wasn't gonna haggle me, so I was like now I've come to the
I'm
assertion
not
that
haggling. I'm just straight up. You want to do 9K?
I
It's yes or no?
I
There's
should
no
have
haggling.
said
It's
like
yes or no.
11.5 to start off with.
Yeah.
And then he would have came back with like I'll give you 10, and I would be like, all right.
No, I'll be like 9K because I need some room so I can sell it to Harrison. I need some room.
It makes no sense
I need
because
some
it's
room.
like one of.
It does if you just want to troll Harrison.
So I have.
I don't want to troll.
That makes zero sense because if I have the money to pay you, then I have the money to buy it from him right now. So
I
it's
know.
like there's no difference.
It is because the fun factor and additional
But
content.
why would Mo sell it to you over me?
you got another because one
For less money.
he can send it to he can sell it to you anytime he wants to. Y'all do deals all the time. You never done a deal with another creator. Establish another relationship. This is long term, Mo.
This is so bad.
man.
Like it's long term.
Haas is just dragging it out at this point.
It's long term. What, Steve? You want to buy them?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
Steve, get in here.
I'm good.
Let's beat it up. It has to be like 10. It's to be like 11.
I'll do 9K and I'll make a video and I'll promote you.
And you'll get 1,000
get like-
views.
So
You
you'll
get
do what Harrison already does for me.
Yeah, but just
But get-
smaller, but much
but get
smaller, but way
1/300th of the
smaller.
views.
And it's and the added value is I'm not Harrison. That's
Okay,
that's the added value.
Okay.
And then we'll do another video where Harrison has to pay me more for that.
No,
Right.
then you know
I
what
knew
I
that
would
one was
do.
coming. I knew that one was coming.
And you know what I wouldn't do is I just wouldn't buy them. So Haas is stuck with a $10,000 shoe.
Damn.
What would you do?
And then sell them back to you.
Because what's your size?
See, and then same size, 11,
Really?
10 and a half, 11, yeah, same size.
You'd be forced to rock them.
No, no. I would not.
You could
rock
maybe
them.
trade them
You
for your
would not
gate.
rock them under any
I would
capacity.
I would
under
sell
any
them back to you
circumstance.
for the same money before I'd rock them.
What if he doesn't take them?
I'm already gonna be in
Yeah,
another,
he's gone. He's
I'm
out. He doesn't want them.
He's just done.
I'll be moved on to
mentally.
the next. I'll be. That's actually a very good question. I think
Because so let me ask you this: you've never bought another shoe that you
that's
sold before?
very good. I like that. So actually, I have. I've done it with. I know you mentioned you had like the Witherspoons for like 20, 30 different times. I've done it with those. I've done it with the
Sean Witherspoons?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Little collab. I've done it with you guys know about the Louis Vuitton Jaspers that Kanye did? The one with like the pink bottom and gray. They're high tops.
They're ugly.
They're ugly. You think they're ugly?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if he knows what.
I think the one I think of. It's ugly.
They're older shoes.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Obviously. Jaspers,
Yes.
yeah.
I think I might
They're
have seen
Kanye
them,
West Louis Vuitton.
yeah, I think I've seen that. I think it's ugly.
And I've had them, and then I sold them.
Like you don't even know.
He doesn't.
I've had them and I've sold and
What were they called?
bought
Jasper?
those- Jasper, yeah.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, look it up. And then I think you might like them. I think they have just enough flair. They're plain with just enough flair that you're like, okay.
Yeah, they're kind of classy little.
Oh, the other ones were not just enough. They were like a lot of flair that I've seen.
Okay,
the,
yeah,
the Kanye.
this is
Or maybe it wasn't Kanye. I thought
Thinking
it
of
was.
the Red October's house.
No, not the lobster shoes.
look at
Oh yeah, they look like that.
that first one, yeah. See? It's like not too
Yeah, I think it's ugly.
really.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah,
Not even like halfway.
these are fucking
you would
Mo,
not
you're
rock
talking to the
those.
guy who's
Nah.
wearing Yeezys. I was kidding.
that you gifted me. You gave me these. I
So that you
but
could look
I like
ugly.
this color. I like the blue and the. And
You
the
didn't. You were acting like you didn't like them at first.
Well, no, because they were so close to my existing Yeezys that I have. Not that I don't like them. It's just like they don't.
Yeah, but that's
occupy
Yeezy.
a different spot
That's-
in my like color
But that's
wheel.
Yeezys now.
Yeah, that's
They're
like
all
Which
the
I'm not a
same.
fan of that.
They're all the same.
I agree with you, which is why I'm not a huge fan of that. Which was like I was like, if it were like the Earth ones, then I would be like, oh, cool, because very different colorways. You know,
given the platform that
these
I
are
have,
ugly because the backs of them look like those pug faces.
It does. Now
You
that
know,
you mentioned
like-
that, I
like-
can't unsee that now.
I don't like that. And then like it looks like a diabetic's custom shoe because the top. People know, like they have to make custom like shoes for diabetics who have like extremity issues and their foot is too big and they need to be like expandable.
And so
that
people know.
healthcare people know.
Did
but
you know?
No.
Did I?
Healthcare people know. You got some people, not all people. Some people. Some people know. Okay, some people, great people. I love them.
I knew you were
Beautiful
going there. I
people.
knew that was coming.
Unsubstantiated
Once you did
statements
this,
made by
once you
some
did
people.
this.
Yeah. But no. There's
All right, get
like
on with
Velcro
that,
on
Haas.
top and shit. It's fucking lame.
So what he's saying, what you asked is like, would I be mentally checked out since I've already owned them? With this particular shoe, given my platform, I don't think so because I know at some point I could source them out again.
So you'd be fine.
Hypothetically.
Another reason to sell them to me.
Hypothetically. No, that is not another
Let's do
reason.
yeah, it is. You'd be fine no matter what.
No, we were talking about, would I want them back at some point,
And you'd be fine. In every scenario, you're never worse than you are right this second.
giving them to you in Harrison's face. Well, I would be worse. Right. This
Selling them to me.
Yeah,
Well, you can give them
yeah.
to me if you want. We can work out a brand
gift
deal.
them, just gift them. Right?
A brand deal.
Actually, you know what? For IRS purposes, yes, I'm gifting them. For the one IRS agent watching.
Well, you still have to pay tax on gifts. You know that?
You do, yeah, actually, yeah. Right.
Well, it's a certain point, but anyway.
All right, let's
Let me buy it for $9K.
We're an hour in. Let's get
We're
down
not
to
an
the
hour
brass
in,
tacks.
but let me buy him for $9K.
He is still dragging.
I'll pay you right now. I have to get a loan or anything with a firm.
I gotta ask Steve.
I'll wire
what's
you
the-
money right now.
Steve, what's the ethics and morals involved in this right now?
Hilarious.
I
This
know-
is go
I know
against
you
bro
can't.
code.
Fucking hilarious.
No, you can't.
This is go against bro
It's
code.
hilarious. To your bro's good bro friend.
So I gotta ask Steve, bro, is this against bro code?
How about
Yeah, for sure.
What?
For sure.
This breaks bro code.
Yeah.
you guys are acting like there's no where for me to come in and offer more money. Like,
There isn't. I will
like,
cut
I
off
don't
your
have the
mic.
liquid cash to buy whatever.
What are you going to offer then?
My initial, we said 10K. I would offer exactly what I put on StockX 9500
Cash.
Spicy.
cash,
Very spicy.
as in cash, as in however bank transfer, whatever.
cash.
I can go to
money.
the bank, but bank transfer, whatever.
Like, he doesn't mean like bills in a Winn-Dixie bag. He means like cash money, not like.
Wherever you define cash, I mean, I can acquire cash, but I don't take out 10K. I've never taken out more than like 5K cash because
What's the most you've ever taken out cash?
We've had this discussion.
quarter
before.
mil.
Yeah, about something like
Quarter
that.
mil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you take out lump amounts?
Yeah.
So you guys,
We do this sometimes. He thinks it's because we're Tauruses that we just like to have cash.
Okay.
Like have the freedom and ability to do whatever the fuck we want to do anytime.
Yeah, I think it would be cool. I'd go pull out 250K cash and just see what it looks like. But then I also think about me getting robbed on the way home.
You know,
like, and it's gone.
So he
Yeah.
has risk assessment associated with that. I'm a Leo, so I have less risk assessment with that. However, yeah, the cool factor of like, oh yeah, wow, this is a quarter mil.
But it's actually less when you think about it. And you do it in hundreds. It's way less than you think.
But see,
What is it like?
It's just fucking paper. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
I'm saying,
but
I'm saying size. Like,
it's
what do
not. It's not that much.
Probably like
You stack it on your lap, and it's like
200K is like.
3 stacks, maybe.
Yeah. It's
Three
like
big stacks,
maybe
though.
maybe
Big
this.
stacks.
It's like this and then this.
So when you see Floyd with that table of like,
Well, you don't know. I mean, for Instagram purpose,
Right.
not that I'm saying he doesn't have it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what that is. Like, it could be tons and tons.
If that
or it
was
could be
my
very
brand
little.
to flex, 100% I'd do it. But I have as much satisfaction seeing it in my bank account than I do seeing it in person. Like,
Right. It's not about. I mean, despite it being the Flexcast, the purpose, and that's ironic, as you guys know. It's an ironic naming. We're not all. But the point is for us to be able to talk about it and not be like, oh, it's a flex, just how we fucking live, right? So yes, I've done that. Yes, it's stupid, and there's really no need ever for that, is my point. Or for you to ever take fucking cash on a goddamn plane and fucking fly with that, and you might get shot, or it might go on fire, or you might drop it, or you get robbed, or get taxed. It's fucking dumb. Just go there and pull it out of the bank. By the way, call the bank ahead of time. Let them know you're taking a large cash outside, so they have enough cash for you for the day. You call the bank, let them know, and say, "Hey,
he's buying a $200,000 shoe.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter how much. But you should, because I've gone to the bank and be like, hey, I'm taking out this. And they're like, we don't have that today. And I'm like,
They
what the fuck?
always
You're a
do
bank.
that. Yep.
Yeah. So you just call them, let them know ahead of time.
Give me my
You'll be
money.
fine.
makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, so 9,500.
Yep.
9,501.
Let's go.
Do I hit 9,501? Come on.
Can I get a 10? Can I get a 10,000? 10,000? 10,000? Can I get it?
You gonna sell it to Harry for 95?
Oh man.
9,500.
It's like we're down to that point now. It's like it's
Don't be a bitch.
go time, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's
Let's
the
do it.
After all of our
first
hour of trolling.
Yeah. after
No,
a round
I
of
was just
trolling,
understand. I just
yeah.
want to understand the market value. I want to understand his position,
Right.
what you're about.
Right.
Now
Let's
I
make
get
it
it.
good.
Fucking,
So if
let's do
I
it.
buy them and make a video, I can take pieces of this and
9,500. Let's do it. I mean, that's $500 more than I could offer you.
After
It's a
saying you
good
take out a
value.
quarter mil,
It's a good value. It's a good
you
value.
go take out a $250,000 again.
it's only 500 less than what I said. I'm leaning towards saying yes because my initial was like my initial offering was like 10K, and I was obviously in that moment firm. What do you think?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to you.
Right, what do
I think you should fucking do
You think
it.
I should do it?
Hell
You think I should do
yes.
it?
Yes. Let's fucking get it done.
Yes.
Let's go. Look.
Hey,
Forget
look at the
money
plus
part.
side.
For-
When
for-
I make a video on this, it's a full video for Sneaker Knockerz as well with it because the video's gonna be around me getting them. So
And I would never haggle Harrison. He knows that. So I would never try to.
just
I
take
would
off
haggle
one of the
all time.
releases coming up off the seeding of the next few weeks.
And what's crazy is like when you still want those releases, I'm still gonna be like, yo, your cash is no good.
I know that's what he was saying earlier. Is I try to because I asked for so many releases. I'd like I'll pay you for it just
Yeah.
to get it because I can't take.
Yeah, we
every
talked about that
release.
before, and before I knew who you were, I was like, "The fuck kind of dude is he? He's just giving them to you? It doesn't make any sense, man." I was like, he wants something else, so you better,
He wants to sell me these.
watch
for-
out. No, I'm kidding.
No.
There's been no.
When you meet up with him, you better cover
I
yourself.
think Harrison's a vet. He would have known if there's any ulterior motives by now.
No, I
He
was
would've been
kidding.
been long enough.
I was a joke, but
That's the difference when I say in person though, is because we do it like that. Whereas like if I'm working with somebody outside where it's just email communication, it's like you don't know what's going on, what's happening. It's like
yeah,
we're meeting up every month getting shoes. It's not like we met up the first month and then he just like stopped getting in shoes and stopped hitting me up. It's like he just keeps hitting me up. Oh, I got more shoes. You want to do a video?
Yeah, it's an ongoing relationship with mutual benefit. I mean, that's the best type.
And of course, I've received emails and they're like, oh, I've got XYZ subscribers and can we do the same thing and things like that. And tone deaf is a real phrase. I think that is really big with me, especially because like reading through that, sifting through all the DMs and, you know, and inquiries, you're looking at that and you're like, I don't know, like, you know, do I trust this person with X amount of shoes, just shipping them out, you know? Do I want collateral or should I just keep a good thing going? And at the end of the day, it always wins out. Like, I'm just going to keep a good relationship going. And
that's how you got here in the first place.
Right. And we have mutual friends.
And
anyway,
now
you know,
there's a million people that
you
try to replicate what's going on and they want to have the same relationship, but it's different when you can't offer that in person to have the shoes to make the content. Because that, to me, content is more important than money because I'm able to, if I can consistently make content on a basis rather than a lump sum one time, it's like, it's more beneficial to me.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Can you say that for the people in the back, Harrison?
Yeah.
He said content is more important.
Who the fuck doesn't get that? And by the way, if they don't get that, fuck them because they're stupid. They don't matter.
I'm not sneak dissing.
There's a situation.
However,
there is a situation going on currently.
Oh yeah,
there is.
Where someone has their panties
in a bunch.
They're fucking stupid.
It's a little bit different of a situation, and it's a kind
Stupidity
of a friend thing, and
people being all whiny and bitches.
It's a different situation that needs to be.
We can air it out.
Oh my god!
No, we need to air it out among friends. I think it needs to be discussed among friends, and you know. What I do say, and what's different for me, though, with that aspect of it is I get good return on the content that I'm making, whereas not everybody does. So, like, in the situation that we're talking about, that's what makes it a little bit different because I make good money off of the videos that I post because I have such a large viewership. So that's why that is so beneficial to me is because him bringing me those shoes makes me money with all my following and because they're interested. That's the biggest thing is that the shoes are interesting. People want to see them. So, but then in
the same following is also interested in signing up for his shit.
Yeah,
right?
They're interested in that
and following that.
Because
like
Steve, he's got a couple million, but you don't know if they're wanting to do.
Well, he's at about a few million, not a couple.
Yeah.
couple is 2.
Oh my
few
god!
Would be 3.
Did he hit 3 yet?
He's at 2.977.
Few. Couple.
Yeah, a few.
Couple.
A few. I mean, it's just another million subs.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference?
He
you mean a couple thousand more?
No, I meant from 2 to 3. 2 to 3 million.
I'll be there one day. Steve.
All right, so yeah, he's got a few million.
But yeah, what you're saying, his audience might not be wanting to buy into a Discord for sneakers because maybe they want a Discord for GTA.
You might get 5 of them.
You want to make a GTA 6 leak Discord because his viewers will be there.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
Sure.
That's true.
Yep.
Steve just pops in.
He's got the red phone to Rockstar Games.
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
He's in.
That is cool. So I mean, like, you know, in our Discord, we have different chats. Obviously, we have like a gaming chat. We have like a stock options chat. You know, we have different things that people could, you know, if they want to, you know, delve into, they can go ahead and, you know, chat it up in there. We have different things. It's not just like, oh, we have early payers. Like, you know, we have.
So why would someone like me who's not a Harry, right, want to join that? I mean, I like cool sneaks, but I'm not like, right?
Do you get frustrated with releases?
Yeah, that's stupid. I like to be able to buy what I want when I want it. Period.
Then you join TSK also as well because there's people in there.
But I want you to make it easy for me. I don't want to like go inside and talk about it. Just like I'll pay you money, then give me stuff.
For that. So there's chats within chats. There's like different tiers. So if you want direct access to me and you just want like there's a couple people that, you know, I have direct access to.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
I should be more clear.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any of that. I want a button that I can press and then get a shoe.
Autofill, auto checkout.
Yeah.
And we have that. We have that.
Okay. But
However,
I don't have to sign up for
other
shit.
people
I have
will
to be on Discord,
Yeah.
talk to randos, email, notification. I just want to fucking buy
then
it.
TSK Notify would be perfect for that. The app would be perfect for that. Because then it's going to pop up on your phone. You hit the button, you check out, you're done. You don't have to talk to anybody. You're not on a Discord with anybody, no chat with anybody.
Yes.
Our app is going to fix that.
That's what I want.
But
Our app
you got to
is gonna
think
be free.
about the demographic. I would say majority of the demographic would say there's somebody who watches my videos who wants to get into reselling and they want a community to talk about releases. Like
that makes sense. That makes sense. I was talking about me, not
for
everybody
you,
else.
The guy who's got money who can buy whatever
But
shoe he wants.
that's what I was curious about. Like a casual, consumer.
So there's a guy.
These shoes.
There's a guy. He sold I think 15 million real estate in the first 2 weeks of January already. He's in the Discord. He wants direct access to me. He simply said, like, he's like, I love the chat. I love the community. I love talking with these guys. I mean, they're great and everything. But at the end of the day, like, when you have stuff, like, I just want to be able to have it. And what do I do? How do I do that? And so then we have to tier off different relationships and how we partner that and put that into a contract and, make it all official, because obviously you don't want to take away from your own membership and from your members, but at the same time, you do want to satisfy the needs of another customer, especially if they're willing to go the extra mile for that. So that's what we're able to do as well.
What's the extra mile?
Just being able to have direct access to the plug, which
I got
in
you.
this case, me.
I got you. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, but we're friends now. You know where I live. Been in my home.
What's the shoe you really wanted?
Justin Timberlake's.
That's not a recent release.
No, it's not. You just said you didn't say recent. You didn't say recent. It's those red fucking dope
Wait
ass
a minute. So you want glittery Legends of Summers, but you won't
not
take
like that. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, it's
It's just all red. It just looks all red. That's like
this is
two
all
different
green.
colors. No,
That's
it's two
one
different
color.
colors.
That's one color.
It's two different colors.
Are you gonna the red?
And
is
it reflects like
Yeah,
a
the
little
red
yellow.
has different shades of red.
it's
It's different
different.
materials.
Come on, that was a bad
I don't know.
argument.
No, I think to me.
Okay, I'm talking.
I haven't.
He doesn't have a restock monitor on Legends of the Summer.
You didn't say.
Justin Timberlake.
You didn't.
But I'm talking
qualify. You
about-
said what shoes did you want? What shoes?
But
I
I'm
want.
saying recently that's come out. What shoes have you wanted?
I don't remember. If I don't get them, I just forget about it. It's like fuck it.
Yeah.
What the 5s you got?
That's different.
Sold them.
Those are terrible. I returned those.
And then I have
Every
peers.
now and then, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that'd be cool. But if I could buy it with a button right immediately, I'd get it. But that's what I mean. Like a month later, I'm like, fuck it. I didn't get it. I don't give a shit.
I've come across Legends of Summers packs in 10.5 and 11.5. I've personally
But how much are this going for?
a lot, of course, like to the moon.
Yeah.
You
Those guys
Sell
when
that
they said-
watch. Get you some Legends of the Summer.
I need. This would pay me like. Wait, how much is Legend Summer worth?
a lot. I mean, like it's obviously
Like 10K? Or more than that?
Depends who you're.
all
Buying
depends.
from.
I think right now, especially after the Last Dance and after all, just hype is
just going up
it's
more?
just going up and more. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything Jordan associated.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's where the value to me starts diminishing.
For you, it just starts diminishing. Yeah,
Yeah.
when the hype goes up.
Well, yeah, and especially when it's just like for no other reason other than people are like, oh, I just saw that. That's cool.
So let me ask you this: you're into watches, right? So the hype of like, let's say, the Hulk it's continuously gone up. You don't care about that, like whatever, like, no more. Now,
It's the LV, the Lunette Verde, which is the green, right? You could buy them, for a long time before the new 41 millimeter, for about 11.5,
Right,
And then now, and they keep going
Got
up.
offered 10.
But I will not pay fucking 17 or 15 for them right now. No fucking way. Also, I just don't care. I don't give a shit.
what about
I
the
don't want it.
Saru? The Saru now, it's another league. However, it's still going to continue to go up, no matter who owns it.
And so here's the other reason. They're not investment pieces for me.
Okay,
I don't invest in them.
okay,
I don't give a fuck. I'm not
What
trying
about
to make
Rainbow-
money.
What about the Rainbow Daytona?
yeah.
Again, so different because
Wait, come on.
no. Here's why.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't buy factory, because the value to me is high because I still get to basically enjoy the watch, but the difference is that the factory one is a couple $100,000. The aftermarket version you could still pay basically close to retail or even less than retail because it's aftermarket. It's not.
Aftermarket.
It's
you
a
just have to
Daytona,
pay-
and then they'd put that stones on
It's a
the
gold
side.
Daytona.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you just have to pay 30, 40 for that.
Yeah, no problem. That's
So you-
but the retail price of the actual Rainbow
But you're
Daytona
not
is
going to get your money back
88K.
out of that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't mind, like, if you have to.
I'm
get
not
rid of
buying it for that. It's not the purpose I'm buying it for.
Okay,
I'm buying
okay.
it to enjoy and to use. So I don't look at it as an
You'll always
investment.
Keep. You don't know. You've never.
No, I don't know
think-
if I keep it or not, but
Okay.
that's the value to me is
Okay.
the enjoyment, not the monetary value.
I see. Okay.
I don't buy shit to be like, well, this is gonna be worth more in the future. I don't give a fuck. I buy shit because I want it and I want to use it or whatever.
It's a tourist thing.
It's a secondary. It's a secondary. Like if it goes up, great. If it doesn't, I don't give a fuck. Like okay, sad, but like,
It's whatever.
this has gone up since I've had it. I actually bought it. I was like, I'm just gonna resell it because I have somebody else who wanted to buy it, and I was like, I'll get it for you, and I bought it, and I was like, I like it. And it's like a couple years ago.
That's what happened with these. I'll buy them for $9, and I like them. I'm gonna wear them.
Well, I was like, told my wife, I was like, I'm just gonna buy it, like, no big deal. I'm just gonna sell it in a minute. I just want to see it. And then she forgot about it. I just kept it. But now it's gone up. It's gone up at least 15%.
That is. We always have to validate our expenses. Like we always have to like either
when you drop
or,
like $30K, it's like, all right, we should have a conversation about it.
Or 150.
Sneaker Knockerz has helped me do that. So now that I have the influx of shoes just like come and get delivered, it's like she doesn't know what's personal, what's not anymore.
It's like, it's all inventory right now.
She all assumes it's inventory. And it's a beautiful thing because the Jaspers were like a personal purchase. I think I got those in early December for like the 4th time. And
the pug ones.
The pug ones, yeah, with the pink bottom, yeah.
I like the pink bottom part. I like the pink bottom part.
Okay. So
but
yeah,
you still buy a lot of shoes, just not. You don't buy the newest releases though, right?
Nah, I haven't been keeping up with shoes. I think since college, yeah.
He always buys a bunch of shoes, but not the newest ones.
He just goes to Heat or ATL Addictions and
just some.
Buys.
But he buys like 6-7 pairs at a time. He's like, I like those.
Just to match the outfits that I have.
Just like this. Look, he likes to match the shoes to.
Did you see his mask? Yeah. His mask today is Volt. He's got a Volt mask. Pull out your mask.
You're into the top to bottom color coordination, like you're into that. Like
but it has to be like all black with the little.
Pull out your mask. Show us your mask.
What mask?
The mask. Your face mask.
Oh man.
So, but yeah, he likes the coordination so much. I mean, it's close, but it's like the color of his shoes.
Right.
You didn't show the pod.
I got you.
Come on, they want to see. Yeah, Steve likes to color code everything.
That's it.
And then his hair likes to match his cars.
No, I don't.
Are you matching your car today?
No, I just wore them.
Are you though? It is matching.
Kinda. It's a little different of a blue, but
okay.
Those have gone up a lot. Those have shot up.
Those are his beaters.
I paid like $250 at versus ATL.
Those have gone up
They're like
so much.
700.
Really? I need. Well, I was just telling him in the last pod. I need to buy a pair that has like something like I need something with Tiffany blue in it, or that color, that shade of blue.
And what's the purpose of that?
I just like the blue.
Okay, you like the Tiffany blue.
I don't have anything in my collection that has that blue piece that I want to add.
Got it.
You know, and this is the close thing too, but it's not really that.
Quite.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoy it.
You're gonna like 2 releases coming up. There's the Hyper Royal ones, and then there's the actual UNC ones.
The Hyper Royal I've seen. That just seems like a lot of the blue. I want like a.
You want like
an accent.
What about
like that?
fragments?
What was that one that I was talking?
Fragments.
The ones I was talking about, and you were like, "Those are like $2,000 now." I was like, "What? Fuck that!"
Yeah, my Tiffany Dunks.
Yeah, those Tiffany Dunks. Yeah.
I got those, and they're like $750.
Do you see the trend here? Like he's came up on everything in value.
Great.
He's gonna come up on these.
So are you gonna sell them?
Of course.
9,500.
9,500.
You're doing it.
That's the homie.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We made a deal on the pod.
He did it.
Yeah, we did it.
All right.
Of course. I told him.
He came here to pick him up, and now he's not going to take him with him.
Well, we talked about it. But he's like, think on it tonight. What do you like? Sleep on it.
I told him sleep on it, and then if you recall, you may not recall, but when you picked them up, you didn't know you're picking these up. Obviously, we were giving you the box. I told you I appreciate you, and I also told you if there's anything you need, just let me know. Like I always, just based off that appreciation, I told him like I got you, and then I didn't know it was going to manifest in a couple days. I thought it was going to be like anything you need in the future, whatever, but then he saw the shoes, he liked
Cactus
them.
Dunks.
Because I was gonna ask for the taupes. That was the one I was like, I need the taupes, but I'm good now. I need the taupes.
Yeah, those are like a few $100 though. Those are a few $100.
He's still gonna get the.
Oh, you know what shoe I really wanted? I saw it. He got fucking awesome. Is those undefeateds? Those green 4s?
I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, taupes.
No. The
undefeated with the orange.
The rare air ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are awesome. That green.
What's the most?
Start sourcing.
Way less than it's worth.
$30K is what they're worth.
No, oh my god, that's dumb. That's
I would
dumb.
pay.
That's stupid. That is what I mean.
15. But I'm not gonna get them for 15.
Yeah, and so 15 is
the
what
problem
they
is.
went for,
If I were gonna buy it and like sell it, sure, I want to wear them. So the amount I want to pay is way less.
What if Legends of the Summer for 8K? Would you wear them?
I offered you 8K. Remember?
You did.
Spicy.
I did.
But
I offered him
mine
8K
to
for
barter.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was like, they're not mine. It's
They're
like,
Project
also,
Blitz.
they're not. They cost way more than that. I'm like,
Right.
And who they came from, they can charge a premium because they've got the clientele that will pay what they want.
Yeah, but I mean, I think those are cool, and because they're super rare, right? Probably as rare as those, right?
So these are more rare because those have been in circulation, and from my
they've just been around. You're saying,
if I'm correct, that was to Justin Timberlake, but also to the
His
people
staff.
who work that
Yeah,
tour.
the staff, right?
They
I
work
looked.
the tour.
I looked it up.
And then you've got to think like, with all due respect, those people, they have regular wages. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and they're gonna
So
sell
then
'em.
Once that hype hits, like, oh, I'll give me $10K for your shoes. You're like, I got these free. Like,
Yeah.
here.
Right.
I'll sell them for 5, 4,
Yeah.
whatever to them. It's
Give me $1,000.
right. It doesn't even
Yes.
matter. So
This is a message to anybody who worked on the Justin Timberlake tour. I will give you $2,000 for any pair, any size that you got on tour.
100%.
will you fly them out to the podcast?
I mean, if
Make
they
a deal happen?
wanted to.
Hey, it'd be cool to talk about the Legends of the Summer tour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool to talk about it, say, what did you do?
Yes, absolutely.
No,
And
they
then
don't want it now after that reaction.
I'm just not sure. It's like no. I'm just. It's not sure. It's like a selling point. They're like, oh, I have to fly out there. Like,
No, the thing is,
deal
though,
with these
he would
guys.
undercut you. He would take over the deal.
What?
You would take the deal.
Oh yeah.
But see, I have a bargaining
Of
chip
course.
on my.
Wait, why wouldn't I?
Depends
So
who
I'm
it
saying
is.
if they were selling to him, they came, they wanted to do the thing.
Oh yeah. Of course. I mean, but he doesn't really want them. He'll
But the
take
first
them.
two-
$2,000, I
So-
want them. 100%.
Because the money.
These will never be seen again. Like unless he shows them, but these will never be seen again.
I'm
don't think
never
there's-
showing them.
Other people are gonna.
I know. Like there's nothing out there.
You know.
Like there's one regular just
You know who else got them? You mean?
yeah, like one guy that we know that he has his own shop, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the 2 celebrities that we've seen. Maybe I think you said third. Maybe there's a third celebrity out there. And then
What are the
there's
celebrities that
one
have
other
this?
guy. Travis Scott, ASAP, and you said you saw a third. I didn't see a third. Maybe not.
I don't remember. You can Google it. But
Interesting. Well,
These were a centerpiece.
they aren't. They still are for Harry.
And that's what he said. That's a cool thing. Like, but that's the funny thing. When he was saying, oh, I can't wait to display these, like, I was like, the whole time I'm watching it, and like, I had a smile on my face, and my fiance's looking at me, and she's like, what is it? Like, I mean,
Congratulations, by the way.
Appreciate
it. Just
Thank
happened
you.
2 weeks ago, right? What's her
thank you.
name?
Her name's Paula.
Okay, congratulations, Paula and
Congrats,
Mo.
man.
Congratulations.
But I hope she doesn't
It's a
watch
big
this,
step.
because then she's going to find out about the Jaspers.
So don't,
Right.
That's what Haas is. We were like, we should do a podcast where we just like straight guy talk, and then he's like, our wives will probably watch it.
Yeah, our wives
like,
watch
yeah, sisters will probably watch this.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
they know us, but it's like they don't want to hear about the stuff from old times.
Yeah,
and
talking
Maybe they
about-
won't be this far in. Maybe they won't be this far in.
Did Cassie get this far in? She watch them?
Oh, damn.
She listens to them. She doesn't like watching them.
Oh,
She
okay.
likes listening to them.
I thought she's like the last that I thought would be watching. Because
For
Sophie's
real.
not watching that.
No, Cassie doesn't watch them. No.
No, but listen to them. I'm saying like Sophie.
Yeah, she listens to them.
Yeah, but I didn't expect her to listen to them.
Did Cece listen to her watch?
Yes.
Really? Hey, Cece.
Steve's doing great over there. He's a good boy.
Steve ain't said shit.
But
Steve
part
has not
two-
made any reckless purchases in the past
Oh,
year.
man.
You mean except for the GTR? Because two or three podcasts ago, she was bitching. She was like, "Hey, like you put so much time and work into that car," and he was bitching about it on the pod. I was like, "Yeah, I agree with Cece. Like you should have
Yeah.
fucking got rid of it."
Oh, no, she hate that car.
Yeah, I said it was
She
like
hates
the
that car.
that other girlfriend that just cost you a lot of money.
Yeah. No,
And
she
it's-
don't even want to ride in it anymore.
Sophie
She
doesn't want to
hate
ride in
that
my car. Join the club. Cassie doesn't want to ride in your cars. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Are you serious?
Never, dude.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why would she want to ride in an orange? You see Cassie in an orange Rolls Royce. Not at all.
Or
the last
it's
person.
a Montpellier blue F12 with yellow highlights.
Oh my god.
The Rolls
No.
is just more gaudy than a blue F12, I think.
You think so? We need to do some videos and
When I drove
also
the Rolls for
we also need to
couple
pull out
days-
like what is more like showy, the F12 or the Lambo, because traditionally a Lambo is just by being a Lambo, but in that color. And then I'm gonna have some highlights on it, and we'll
You're
see.
going to try to pull back some of that attention with the highlights of yellow.
No, I just like it better. I don't think I could be okay. I mean, look at my Rolls; it's two-tone. One color to me is just not. But I don't typically like to do like multicolor. It's like crazy.
Two-tone's your thing, I guess.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends. It depends on the car.
Okay.
But I don't like just one. I get a little bored of just one color on the car. So, I mean, even my Raptor is multiple colors. All right. Well,
So
I'm
there's
glad.
gonna be a part 2 though, because he's gonna want those next ones.
Well, yeah. There's always, but there's not just part 2. There's always other parts when you guys, have this ongoing relationship. That's
Right,
the
right.
point.
See if I'm ready to pull up the checkbook for that one.
Well, you got these. Congratulations,
I got them. I
guys.
haven't even had to pay anything. It's amazing.
Thank you for Sneaker Knockerz for sponsoring this podcast episode. We appreciate you and your donation of the taupes. Appreciate it.
What?
I mean, they're not even expensive, right?
You just threw that in.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sneaker Knockerz, for the donation of your Porsche.
Porsche, actually. But you know, we got to change the shocks on the front. I don't know.
He'll use some of that 95 to go towards the
All right,
shock.
so you're a car guy too?
I could say that. So I've been around cars my entire life because of my dad. So yeah, definitely,
Your dad was into cars?
always.
Okay.
Always. It's what he always did on the side to sell cars. He still sells cars. You know, he has like a auto repair shop in Marietta, but he sells cars like he has a used car dealership license. So like he buys and sells like he has the Manheim login, all that. You know what I mean? So that's what he does. He
That's what
loves
I
it.
need for my addiction. I need to be able to buy it all.
No, we got Peter. We can let him.
Yeah,
deal
but
with
Peter, he doesn't want to buy unless he likes what you want to buy.
It's true.
So if you want to buy a GTR, he's like, don't do that. That's
hell no.
stupid.
Yeah. You know how
Like, Peter, but I want...
Yeah, because it
That's
has to be
real.
worth his time. He wants to be excited about
For
it too.
real.
Yeah.
So he can get it in. He can drive it a little bit, check it out.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll share the login with you. You can check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
No, I mean, it's
Do you have a login in Manheim?
not me personally, but I've got friends who do.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, if I like a car, I'm gonna get exactly what I want. I mean, it's not gonna matter.
Taurus.
So
Taurus.
right. Such a tourist.
Zodiac does not matter. It's a bunch of bullshit. We've covered this
Mo talks about
many
his-
times. His Leo-ness. Yeah, he's a Leo, right?
Right.
Can you
That's what he
tell
said.
what sign I am? You guess. I don't know if you know.
I mean, I know and I forgot. So
I feel like I said happy birthday to you recently sometime and since knowing you. No, actually I haven't. I don't think.
but his personality wise, like what
Yeah,
do
I
you
was
think?
gonna say. Well, I'm trying to make like an analytical guess. So that means that it might be coming up in the next January, February, March, April. So what? Are you an Aquarius?
No.
Aries?
Is it Gemini?
Yeah.
I do
Gemini.
remember.
Okay.
June.
That's weird.
June 2nd.
And that makes sense.
Well, that's
No, it
Because I
doesn't.
didn't-
We just read this on the other podcast. And I threw my phone and went in the pool. That's why.
No, based on my analysis, that I didn't say happy. I don't remember
Oh.
saying, "Hey, Harrison, happy birthday." You know what I mean?
Because I looked
So-
up Gemini and like the first 4 things were like his opposite. I was like, this is bullshit. I threw my phone and it rolled into the pool.
Are you in the middle of Gemini, or are you like on the edges?
I'm in the beginning, June 2nd.
So then he's a mix of whatever's before Gemini.
What's that?
I don't know.
That's Taurus.
Now there's mixes.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, we May,
No,
June.
April, May. April. I'm in the
Yeah, no,
I'm in the tail
right
end?
before.
What,
Right
what,
before.
what
I don't know
comes
how it
before
works.
Gemini is what he's mixed with.
I don't know.
At the beginning of
I don't
Gemini,
know
Yeah,
how
it's
it goes.
Taurus. Taurus, right before Gemini.
So there's mixes of it, Hog.
This is all made up shit, man. It's like, oh, it's a mix. It's a little bit this, a little bit that. Oh, that's not accurate. Yeah, because it's a little mixy there. And then the end, it doesn't do anything.
Right,
It's
right.
fucking-
It just helps validate it more. That's all.
Yes,
Oh,
right. It's a self-fulfilling aspect
Prophecy.
of whatever. It's not a prophecy, but like whatever you
Yeah,
think
I
it
think
is.
it's
Different
April
people are you gonna piss off in
21st
this
to May
podcast, nigga?
21st.
I don't give a fuck.
Ross doesn't give a fuck. He'll talk about politics.
Talk about
Say-
anything.
He'll say fuck whoever, fuck
Right.
them.
If I believe it,
right.
yes. I mean, look, and
Hoss doesn't have anything to lose as far as his following and whatnot online, whereas like Steve and I's careers are around it.
On
Hoss
the
doesn't.
line. On the
So
line.
if
At all
we
time.
split our audience in half, that's not going to help us.
Not at all.
But I'm also not
but
passionate
that's part
about
of my
it.
brand too.
But
Is
see,
that
I'm
I give
also
zero
not
fucks.
passionate about. If I was passionate
not
about
big.
politics, then it would matter. But I'm not passionate about it, so there's no point for me to get into it.
It
and
was my
to
it was
pick a
my one of
side.
my first loves.
Politics was.
Mm.
Okay.
Can't you
Did you
tell?
ever aspire to be a politician?
He's gonna be
Yeah, I
running
mean,
for
I-
president.
I went to school in DC at
Kanye's gonna be his
GW for that
VP.
purpose.
Okay.
I got internship on the Hill, all that stuff.
Kanye's gonna be your VP.
Nah, but
You
the
get
Rock,
free Yeezys.
dude, I would totally run with the Rock
Free
though. I would
Yeezys.
run with the Rock.
He would make you look like a shrimp.
Like you don't already in your fucking videos. You also stand.
No,
you know, the way
imagine
you
if I'm
stand
in the
your
fucking
videos,
Rock.
you stand close, and they're like, "Why is Haas like a fucking midget?" And I was like, "Well,
Imagine you next to the Rock on TV. You're gonna be
Oh
like,
my God.
I'm
yeah.
tall. I'm taller than Kevin Hart."
yeah, and Kevin Hart looks like a shrimp next
Yeah,
to him.
and
How
it's
tall is
funny.
Kevin Hart?
He's short. He's like 5'4",
He's kind of
5'5".
shredded though.
Yeah, exactly.
So he makes up for like
I don't know if he makes up for it, but
because
I mean, I
The
also
Rock
don't
can't be
care.
that
Like I
tall.
don't. It doesn't bother me.
Rock is like 6
How
something.
tall is the Rock?
Right,
He's tall.
6'7"?
No, he's not 6'7".
No.
6'3",
6'5". That's very fucking big.
6'3", 6'5",
6'5", probably 270 lean.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. Plus, I think he's very marketable.
I love him.
I mean, I wanted to like invest in him.
He's
like
hot.
I sent emails like 6 years ago. I was like, I want to invest in whatever he was doing. I was like, I can see this work.
Dividends.
No shit. I was trying. No one responded.
Jumanji could have gotten in.
No, it wasn't that. It's just that I'm a branding and marketing guy. Like I can see it, and I was like, this guy's gonna fucking do so well. And obviously he has, but he's not stopping there.
No.
I mean, I think he would have a legitimate. I'm not just fucking saying this. I think he'd have a legitimate chance of winning a party nomination and running for president.
Absolutely.
It just depends on what he picks
It
to
wouldn't be
run
the first
for.
time either. It wouldn't be the first time.
No, but it's also when too.
No, but I'm saying like
when's it
his
right?
like his passions as far as what he believes in for politics.
Well, that's when, because right now he's got a lot of things to conquer, right? And so
Power.
maybe I mean that, but I mean like that role is not designed to celebrate yourself. It is a service, right? So it happens to a lot of guys that I know where you've spent a lot of time amassing a fortune or building companies, wherever it is, and then sometimes you feel like you want to give back, and then you can donate and charities and all that stuff, and then found foundations, whatever it is. But another way is to serve your fellow man, your country, that what helped create you and help raise you and help get you where you are. And public service, I think, is one of the highest callings of being able to give back. And the problem, though, it's not that simple, right? It's complicated and it requires a lot. So I think it's at a point where he might want to get to that, and he can. There's a few others maybe that I would say had legitimate chances, and then a couple don't really want to. Jon Stewart could have been legitimate candidate in the last 8 years if he had gone that way and was building towards that. He didn't. He didn't want to, but he absolutely could have. I can easily see him being senator, but Jon Stewart, Daily Show guy, and all that stuff. So I mean that seriously. At the same time, like it's just about, I think, understanding how brand, works and communicates with people and how people identify with that and how marketable that actually is. And The Rock really shows it well.
That's about the time where he started that $7 entertainment.
$7 Productions. Yeah.
Productions.
Yeah. And he's not far from here. He bought a house
Powder Springs?
25 minutes. Yeah. 25, 30 minutes ago. I mean, from here. So, I mean, I've never
Have you stalked him? Have you went to his property, tried to get him?
No. Fucking.
That's him. Hey, you and Eric, next video, sneaking into The Rock's property.
You know what? He was here a couple weeks ago borrowing my truck.
Got COVID.
Did he really?
No, The Rock got COVID.
Oh, no, I mean, The Rock. I mean, Eric was here. But that would be, I mean, hey, I'm down for
shot.
I'm down for crazy shit.
If you're gonna,
but not like to get shot.
If you're ready to shoot somebody coming on your property, imagine The Rock's property.
Well, I would imagine that he has people for that.
Yeah, I know,
if I could get shot by The Rock, I might do it.
For the views or for the experience?
No, for the experience. Then we could be friends. I was like, oh, yeah, shot my bed. I was like, huh?
Would you sue?
Depends his reaction.
It just depends.
Think about it.
I'd be like, I won't sue if we can be friends.
If you just shoot me in the leg, shoot me in the leg and let me produce your next film.
Just don't take it.
Hey, shoot my Yeezy actually, and I'll show it to Kanye.
Oh my goodness.
Marketable.
Yeah, no. I don't want to be shot. I've actually been. I think we've talked about this. I've been hit by a bullet, but I've never been shot.
Okay. Ricochet, right?
Kind of. Well, the bullet exploded, and it hit me in multiple spots. So I have scars from it. But I mean, like, have you been shot? No, but I've been hit by a bullet. This is a differentiation. It's weird. Anyway, I think that's the time we have for today.
Wrap up. We
and
took that long to.
I don't know how we got there, but congratulations on the sale.
Thanks, Mo.
I know they went to a great home. I know he's going to take care of them. I know he's going to make a pretty penny off them.
Yeah, and well,
probably won't even sell them. That's the thing.
Yeah, he probably won't. But he will make videos off of it. Yeah. You can do a video next time on this?
I think I'm going to make it, but I'm going to wait a couple weeks so people don't expect it since I just posted the video with them.
Speaking of that, when he said flood their comments, like, we get a decent amount of comments running like a giveaway every now and again, so the comments are coming in. But like you speak of TSK Army, you have an army. Like,
that was the very, very end of the video too. That was 20 minutes in. I said, go leave a comment on Sneaker Knockerz page saying, let me buy these
4,000.
sneakers.
4,000.
Really?
What?
It was at the very end of the video.
I know, I'm saying 4,000 is a lot.
That video is going. I mean, I don't know your analytics. But
That video's not that
doing
big
well.
right now, though.
Is it? I think
Like
it's
crazy
doing well, right?
for one day?
It's like
over a quarter
5 out of 10. No.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's right in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's like
so
normal.
it's not even a crazy video, and that's a huge response.
Hell yeah.
Huge. It's kind of like Eric calling out Mr. Beast.
But that's why if I posted a video on Sunday saying I bought these sneakers, it'd be like people just watch it. But like if I space it out, build it up, and be like, the most expensive shoe I bought, because the last most expensive shoe was the Dior Lows, and then it would be this. This is the most expensive.
Yeah,
straight up.
this is. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Most expensive shoe. The most money he's ever spent on a shoe. To you.
Because I've spent a lot of money on mystery boxes, but I don't go and straight buy.
Yeah,
the
not
shoe
one
up.
shoe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
So
hold
this
that crown right now, and we'll see who gets it next. If it's gonna be
I mean,
you
isn't
again.
your logo a crown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So holds the crown, and maybe the next most expensive shoe will be same thing.
And then there's no topping that. Just speaking from an analytical standpoint.
Yeah,
The chances of topping.
but
that
I
are
thought
just
that.
self-lacing
I
Air
thought
Mags.
that about no.
Yeah, but the chances.
No.
the
I
chances.
I'm over the air. Like they're cool, but I've had 3 pairs now, and that's the problem with the content. The mystery boxes. I thought there's no cap. I thought I couldn't go past a $25,000 mystery box. Here we are. So
We're 10 times that now you're putting together.
I mean, even the one
Don't
we just hit
remind
is 30K. So
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing a
I
$250,000
know.
one.
it's actually in the. I was supposed to have a
A
meeting
$250,000
yesterday
mystery
about it.
box.
I'm having a meeting in this coming week about it, and that's how serious it is. I have to have meetings about it.
He doesn't know this. You're here. Everyone's hearing this for the first time. I was going to make a bid on that $250,000. Like I was gonna say, hey, I know you want to do a $250,000 next, or
I'll help you out with
and
it.
I was gonna say like I can supply the $250,000, and it was just a matter of making a phone call to a friend who I know can.
With
so
that
I was gonna
inventory?
combine
Yeah.
mine, but then I also thought I was like, how many pairs? Because I was like, I can bring mine in. The other guy brings his samples and pair exclusives in.
It's be like 20 pairs if
But it was
15
gonna be
of them
over
are like
20
massive.
It was gonna be over 20
15 of those are like
pairs,
massive
I
bangers
was like,
too.
I don't think he's gonna want to do like.
And is he
35
local?
Pairs.
Is he local?
No, but he's not far.
That's also well, okay.
Well, see, for the quarter, I've got Kick CW, who I did the 100K with. They said they want to do it, which we're supposed to have a meeting about it. But I also think that there are a lot of places that would want to do it, but it's just how I want to go about it. And I know Kick CW knows how I want to do it because we did the 100K box, but it's about how I want to go about it. And I think Project Blitz would be a good contender to do it because of what they've got. But they're logistically, it's a little tougher because they want to fly the shoes out and do something that way, which is fine. But with COVID, I feel like it's a little weirder to do that logistically. So, and I don't want to wait. COVID's not.
Well,
going
you
away
could
anytime soon.
drive there and film it there.
California.
Oh, never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we could take a road trip, guys.
My business partner.
Remember what happened
actually
last time
just
we took a road trip?
We got COVID. No, really.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
6-7 months ago.
From what stop? Like a truck? Like
Went to Florida.
and got. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably brought it with us, but
Steve.
So during COVID, I picked up the Porsche from Florida. But my
that's what we were
business
talking
partner-
about. How we get to this back again?
Yeah,
We're talking about cars.
Right.
What Porsche do you have?
911 Carrera S.
It's slammed on rotiforms. Pretty sick.
Yeah, rotiform suck. What color?
Red. The guard's red. Yeah.
Okay,
And isn't it center locking rotiforms?
Mm-hmm.
looks like it.
I love center lock. Give me an SVJ with center locks.
So, what was your previous car?
Before that was the C63S AMG.
Cute.
Cute.
Yeah.
Right.
Porsche, how is it as far as the driver's car? I hear it's a great driving experience.
It is that's exactly how you would label it. You would say
It
it's
is.
it's a true driver's car.
Well,
Like,
I
you
mean,
feel-
I've driven. I'm just asking from a
like,
perspective.
yeah, it's definitely you get to control everything. You
So then,
control
what's
everything.
next then after this Porsche?
I was talking to him about that. I was looking at. I actually asked him. I was like, because I daily that, right?
Mm.
So, but I only drive maybe like 20, 30 miles a day, and not even every day.
A lot of
but,
miles.
I was gonna say, I was like, is that a lot?
I drive
of miles?
half a mile.
Did
maybe
you see
a
my
day.
frunk when the shoes? I could only fit 3 boxes in there for shoes. That's it. And there's no other storage space besides the passenger seat. The frunk in your Porsche is it's 4 times the size of
That's
mine.
what people say. They're like, wow, they didn't expect that much space in there.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
And then
my
the
car-
Aventador, if you get a Roadster, is even worse because there is no front space and there's no glove box. So it's just a passenger seat. And if you have a passenger, fuck.
Dude,
you
that
can't even
video,
hold it.
I went back and watched the video when you shot
me
for
and
me,
Nick.
and you went to Burger King and you put a milkshake behind the seat.
The cup holder. The cup holder, yeah. So it's a quick, because the way you edited it, it was so quick. But we originally filmed it was longer because I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't find the cup holder in the Aventador. Do you know where it is? It's behind the seat. You have to move the seat. You have to get out, open the door, move the seat forward. And it's not like oh, it's right here. It's like fucking back there, and it's like a netted area with like an indent. Yeah,
Like
it's like
back
it's like
here.
back
Are you
there.
serious?
Yeah, it's like a netted area with indent. You can't like reach it.
I was thinking it was like right
No,
here.
no, no,
You go like in the
no,
center.
no,
And it's
no.
awkward, but it's
No,
still
it's like directly
behind.
behind you.
You gotta
It's
go
right-
like this.
Surprised that
like-
thing wasn't splashing in the back of your hair by the time you got back.
I said, Nick, I pulled out, I was like, is it spilling? He's like, nah, it's cool. I was like, okay. I was like a little worried. And then I took it out because we were getting on the highway. And I thought it was going to spill. But anyway, yeah, there is no frunk or anything in the Aventador, just FYI. But
Huracan or GT3S?
what's the purpose?
Daily.
Daily?
But 20 miles daily, not like 50 miles daily. See, I guess everybody I
Huracan.
know does like 50, 60 miles daily because.
It depends on what Huracan, but I would say Huracan.
Okay.
I would say Huracan. Because I think it's still, to me, an event to drive, but it's such a good car that you can daily it, and it's still enjoyable. But I wasn't that excited. I mean, this is me, though, right?
Okay.
I mean, when I had a Huracan for a while, I was not excited by it. I was very excited about the Aventador, but I did not want to drive it every day, ever.
Right.
So I think if you are driving every day, but not like a lot, but enough to have
But I
fun
think
with
it's
it.
a difference when depending what you come from, because if you go from a
Well, that's what I was
Porsche
asking, 'cause you
and
come
it's
from a
pretty
Porsche.
comfortable to that, it's not. You're like this. Like it's
Yeah, GT3 is good value though, but if you're not tracking and running around doing crazy shit and
feel
you're
like a
mostly
GT3
daily,
that
but
would
you
be
want a cool car,
very similar to what you have. Well, I mean, R8 is similar to Huracan, but
I would do Huracan over R8 any day though, because an R8 is not exotic. We've covered this. It's well known.
it's a supercar, but it's not an exotic.
Correct.
They gave me shit the whole time I owned it.
It's because it's not exotic.
Neither is
Just
a
like an I8 is exotic. No,
a GTR.
it's not.
Nah, come on, come on. I talk to the fans all the time about that. No,
So R8 is
doesn't.
exotic or not exotic?
No.
nah.
Because my friend
And neither is a
purchased
GTR.
A buddy of mine purchased one last year. He's got rid of it now. Now he has a some kind of Ferrari. I don't even know the name of it. But not the F. What's it with the 458 and the what's a
488.
he has the 458. He has a yellow one.
So the older one.
2010. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has that. So, but before that, he had a 2017 the R8 V10 Plus.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I
And
had.
so his caption on Facebook was, "I'm so proud of myself. I've been able to purchase my first exotic." That's what he said exotic.
Not exotic.
And he's a car guy. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to shit on people like Harry. He was like all excited. Like, R8. It's like, it's not exotic.
I
though.
didn't sit there and be like, "Oh,
I'm
I
just
got an
ki-
exotic."
I know,
I bought what I wanted.
But this was in this guy's
kidding.
caption. Like he was like, patting himself on the shoulders, like, "Hey, I got my first exotic."
That's cool,
Yeah.
man. Like I think it's still a cool thing, and he can call it an exotic. It's just not.
It's just not.
No, but the difference is once you buy an exotic, then you'll know. You'll look
Okay.
back and be like,
That wasn't
"That
exotic.
wasn't really an
Yeah.
exotic."
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's
Because
a
my
re-
business partner Nick just got an R8, right? He like I think 2 days ago just got it.
How does he like it?
He loves it, right? But he hasn't used the term. He didn't say, "Oh man, yo, I got an exotic."
But it's not like there's a exotic police. You know, like oh well, it's not an exotic.
There
you
is
can't
though.
use
You
that.
said your
You.
fans. They
Us.
you guys discussed that. There's
Oh
like
yeah, I
exotic
mean,
police
yeah.
out there.
Depends on who.
Right. So there, but there is
I'm
an
not the
exotic
police, but I don't think, and it doesn't exist, obviously. But in the end, like you should always. I mean, this is what trumps everything. You should always get whatever the fuck you want because it makes you happy, not because you're trying to flex,
Right.
not because you're like, oh, it's an exotic now. I've entered a different level of my life.
Trust me, if
fuck
I was
that.
if I was going for that, I would have a Huracan by now. But
Yeah,
The
but he doesn't
GTR,
even like the
it's-
Huracan. He's tried. He still
I
doesn't know what
know.
he's gonna get into.
yeah, I mean, if I have one now, it's gonna be parked in front of the house.
Better than being parked in a mechanic's garage and not drivable for 10 months out of the year like this GTR.
I know.
All right, I feel like this podcast has been very long.
I think it's like a 2-hour podcast.
We've been here
Is this one
all
of your
day.
longer ones? I don't know how
All
they go.
day.
Like,
We've been here for 5 hours.
Yeah.
okay.
I got things to do, Haas. I just spent
I actually have to go to Flavia to go film the Ferrari
All
today.
right, let's get to it.
All right, boys. Well, thank you for stopping by. For Harry, Steve, and for Mo. Mo, thanks for joining us.
Thanks
Been
for
fun.
having me. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we'll come back and sell somebody else another shoe.
All
for
right.
good,
All right. I'm
For a
on
good
it.
price. You sell me shoes.
Legends of the summer.
Yes?
That wasn't bad, right?
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's all right. I want
Good
better
price,
deal,
good
though.
price.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next
Bye.
time.